huge potential
He
here.
gets one, he gets two.
That is beautiful fun to back right there.
Up 3-1 Eastern. Looking good, feeling good. Life is good.
Hello and welcome. We are ready and excited to kick off week number 3. We're getting some Valorant going.
4?
It's week 3.
Oh, right,
God,
because Yep,
Yeah,
I because they didn't have a whole bye week. It was just a bye game. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Week
Eastern
3.
Michigan Esports. My name is Matterberg. I'm joined here with Gary. We're gonna take you through a lovely game of Valorant tonight. How are you feeling?
I'm excited so far. EMU undefeated, 3-0. Not just in series, but in maps as well. 6-0. Then we got Bowling Green fighting to try and reach that upper echelon spot. It's currently 2-2, dead even. But it should be a very exciting match. We got our maps already. We got Bind to start off, moving on to Breeze, and then Haven as our decider. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I'm quite excited. I think you make a good point. Eastern Michigan undefeated, one of 2 teams undefeated at this moment in the conference, and they're only looking better every single week. Matter of fact, they are switching up roles, making sure all the players are more comfortable, making sure they're getting the best out of all of their players. The crucial switch of which is the swap of Alex and Lumac from Duelist and Flex, just really to get Alex on that op role, mostly on the Yoru, but on some other stuff as well. And Lumac, I mean, this guy can do it all, truthfully.
Seems so. I'm excited as we get to see Lumac, who came in just as a ranked player, just in Radiant, saw the team's TikToks, joined up. But to see what he can do on these other roles, the more supportive roles, we might see some double duelists still too. I think Bind, obviously great, your Raze, your Waylay map. We could see a bunch of different stuff there. Breeze, I don't even know. Last time they ran Phoenix on Breeze. I don't think we're going to see that again, but who knows? And then Haven, we've seen the Haven comp already, that double controller with the Yoru. Some good stuff. Meanwhile, for Bowling Green, I'm not too sure what they're going to be looking at in terms of roles, in terms of comps, but I'm excited to see how they stack up.
Right. Yet to have a streamed match. They'll be making their debut tonight, and it's going to be a good one. Are we going to go to... Can we check out the schedule real quick? Because we got a beautiful week of all sorts of gaming, mostly Valorant and League. In fact, exclusively Valorant and League, alternating days.
Well, what more could you want?
Right, those are the 2 we love. Riot Games over at Eastern Michigan. We absolutely love Riot Games to death. Thank you.
It's looking right now. Bowling Greens tonight. Then we're going to be playing Ohio University in Valorant on Thursday, and then next week Kent State. All matches to look forward to. Of course, League spliced in there if that's your cup of tea. And we're gonna move on to take a look at the standings of the whole conference. As you can see, Eastern and Akron tied at top, like we were saying earlier, both 3-0. Kent State and Ohio, our next opponents coming up, are gonna be 3-1, looking to show that they could be one of the top teams, but we'll have to see. Bowling Green, of course, towards the middle.
Right.
And
a lot here with 3 wins. It's going to be Eastern's 4th game tonight and Bowling Green's 5th game. So maybe a chance to upset, get a loss on the board for Eastern. However, with a roster like this, I don't personally think that's going to happen. Lumac looking blue as ever. Absolutely stunning. Moving over to the flex role, like we said, there's some heavy hitters. Alexander working up onto the duelist, more familiar with it in the team play. We are in a scoped meta, and Alexander is just primed up with the scopes, with the op, with the outlaw, and it's great. Talk to me.
We'd be remiss not to mention Wolfenite's rank now.
Oh,
previously,
of course,
Lumac on the Radiant, but Wolfenite,
yes, keen
up
viewers
there in that top 500.
Keen viewers will notice an improvement from Immortal to Radiant from Wolfenite, of course. Wolfenite, the scan clutcher for EMU. Cool, calm, and collected in those scenarios. Perhaps war-hardened by the ranked ladder, as it was. And we're going to take a look at Alexander, who last week debuted switching over to the Duelist for the matches, and what a performance it was in the game. The second game of the week, 25-9 for 416 ACS. These are absolutely absurd numbers.
Yeah, Alexander on the Duelist role has been putting in work. Lots of multi-frags, as 5 whole 3Ks. I mean, it's gonna be tough for Bowling Green to put up a fight against this Duelist player.
I'm excited to see it,
especially when we're looking at look, I mean, Breeze and Bind, and I mean Haven as well. They're all fantastic Yoru maps. I think Breeze is one where we often like to talk about the individuals, talk about the aimers. A nice open map like that makes them a real big threat, especially with that op. Bind, though, Bind's got similar properties, or not similar properties, but it's got similar outcomes in terms of the Duelist capabilities.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. So last week saw a debut of the new roles with the Haven comp, Lumac flexing over to the Sentinel, playing Killjoy on that. And so I'm wondering if holistically we're looking to take a bit of a more standard approach, play a lot of more solid standard Yoru macro on the defensive side, or if we're going to opt more into that double Duelist with Lumac just flexing over, making it happen. Because I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about the Lumac Waylay. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think it would exactly suit him. I think if we're going to see double Duelist, it's going to be more of the Raze on Bind. I mean, I'd love to see the Phoenix make a return once we work over to Breeze, but there's absolutely no guarantees there.
There's been a Phoenix being popularized on maps like Haven and Corrode and Pearl. I think Bind, one of his more underrated ones, if I'm being honest.
Speak on that.
Great mollies for all 4 of the main choke points. His molly's great for. Good geometry for his flashes. Walls, I mean, good for taking both sides, splitting things up. Wall off elbow on B. While through the hookah onto B side. I think he's got potential. So maybe I'll shoot a quick message. Say, hey, maybe try out this new comp I've been thinking about.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I
don't think so.
No,
it's probably the Waylay or the Raze.
I mean, what you're saying does have merit. It's great geometry. I think specifically the wall. I'm having flashbacks of like Yoru walling, like splitting up B, not only like Phoenix but like Harbor as well. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so quick aside. I can't not say, if Paper X don't run Harbor in stage 1, like I don't know, I'm gonna lose it. They just have to. It's just absolutely necessary. He's looking really good. But regardless, I'm hoping to see some more of this standard stuff. I mean, it makes for one hell of a show when we see the double Duelist come out, and Eastern has demonstrated their ability to pretty much run over, pulverize everyone in their path. So maybe more of that today, or maybe we will be practicing a little bit of some different, more reserved styles.
I'm liking the more reserved direction. I think the opening matches, or the opening match was more for show than anything. They knew they had it in the bag. They could run kind of whatever they wanted, put the emphasis on the individuals. And since then, we've seen more of the double controller, sometimes double controller and double initiator. I think a double Duelist can definitely suit the squad, though. It's just a matter of what they want to run, what they think is going to be best for them. If they want to be taking it a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, they want to be really pressing their opponent, forcing out those errors instead of letting them come to them.
Yeah, I think that the team is making a point to sort of work on and refine their style. Like we said, Lumac, star player on the roster, coming in from ranked, is a shooter, has no prior experience in a team setting. And so I'm kind of expecting, and I hope that we see an effort to give Lumac spots where he can practice that discipline, practice playing that more reserved play style instead of running around like a silly guy. And just like, I mean, I'm the breeze in week 1 that we casted was just lights out, blistering aggression. So
the Molly was right through my head.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely crazy.
I think you're
player.
right, though. I think that makes a lot of sense. You want him to be practiced in the more disciplined scenarios, not just like run free, use just your raw firepower, because eventually raw firepower can run short. Like if you reach an opponent that can meet your aim, then you need to be winning in the macro department, in the team fundamentals department. It can always run short. And I think if we're looking at long-term growth, you know, we still got a good bit of this season left to play, then taking it a little more reserved, trying to win the more overall macro game rather than just out aim people, I think is always going to be a great approach for long-term development.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the shooters pull up and you're face to face and you're left clicking, but they aren't dying, and in fact you're the one dying, and then all of a sudden you're at a loss. I mean, it's the tale of many of a Ascension team into tier 1. Truthfully, they define their own style in the lower tiers, and their style is that they kill their opponent, and sometimes that's not going to cut it. It's a great strategy. It's tried and true.
It's
you get
great.
Shot, you die. But I really do think that, like you say, the longer term growth in mind,
I mean, that's it.
Will serve.
You
these
get shot, you
well.
die. But what do you do when your opponent shoots back? And that's when we get into the. Well, it's sort of a more open-ended philosophical idea. It's not necessarily meant to be answered.
I mean, there are answers.
There are answers, but it's like that's not what it's about.
Right.
It's about the question, not the answers, and that's something you've got to work on. Actually,
me?
You'll
like me?
You,
like me? Act like
you.
Not like metaphorical. You like the listener.
No, like
what do I have to? What do I have to work on?
You're so focused on the answers, and you're not focused enough on the questions. You gotta be. You gotta be more.
You don't even know what you're saying right now. That's the crazy
I'm working
part.
on it on the fly. Okay, the map's not started yet. We're waiting for Bide. I don't know what's happening, but I gotta appreciate if you could just yes and me a little bit here.
No,
instead of pointing out
yes
exactly
and
what I'm doing,
me being no, you're being completely unreasonable right now.
I'm sorry.
How do you think about Lumac maybe playing some chamber? Actually, that doesn't make sense. I changed my mind. It already doesn't make sense, because if the point is to get Alexander, if the point is to get Alexander on the op, and it doesn't make sense to have Lumac flex to the Sentinel.
Yeah.
That
I mean, we're about to find out what agents we're gonna be getting here. I'm seeing Arena hovered on Bowling Green's side. I don't know how true that is. No, we're getting the double duelist with the Clove and a Chamber.
That's a nice
comp. Style. That's a lot more of what we're the aggressive, trying to out aim. And over here on EMU, we got the Astra coming out from Redefy, but it's Lumax on the Yoru. It's Alexander on the Raze. I think that makes sense. I think
how
the transfer of skills with the like KO to the Yoru. Because while Yoru has the deeper dive capabilities with the gate crash, he's often you want him to be playing that slightly more supportive role for the Raze when it comes to the side execs and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's why Yoru's so good. He's kind of Mr. Do-It-All. He's self-sufficient and supporting. He can dive in. He can support with the flashes. A lot of double duelist comps run on the idea of one of them making space and the other one capitalizing off of it. And so it would seem that just based on a glance that perhaps Alexander is going to be the one double satchel sending it as they start on the attack side, and it'll be Lumac to pick up the scraps. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the Astra personally.
I'm a big fan of Astra on this map, especially in the double duelist comps when, you know, the Brimstone's good because he has the instant exec ability with his, like, you know, he just plays all 3 smokes at once, that sort of thing. Also has the ability to close out rounds with the Molotov, but Astra has her pull, her gravity well to get people off the bomb later in the rounds, as well as just having more utility to default with the dissipates, or using, you know, one of the gravity well or the Nova Pulse on the just to take early map control. But when I'm looking at these two comps, there's the biggest difference to me is the Chamber versus the Viper, more so than Clove versus Astra, because the Viper allows you to do a lot more of the defaulting, a lot more of the anchoring on the defensive side. Chamber, you're looking to set him up for kills. He can kind of lurk, but he can't really get in.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a big point of difference in these two comps.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know exactly what to expect on the defense for a comp like this, although actually I think it might be even better on the defense. It's a classic 4-1 split for EMU, diving in to Hookah, wall up for that safety. Alexander, tip of the spear, tap of the spike, and immediately TPing back to Comfy, who's made sure no push is coming out from B. They've got a free B site. This is classic bind gameplay coming out already from
totally
EMU.
Free, and all of Bowling Green are going through CT spawn. These are some tough choke points to have to break out of without any flank presence whatsoever. This is going to be extremely tricky to break out of. And already the double up elbow.
Right, especially
a little more uncomfortable.
Ooh, getting a little bit individual. 1 HP. Lumac can't manage the kill. Now 3v3, 3v2. Alexander falls on the site as well. They have brute forced their way back into the B site. Pull coming out. Wolfenite with the swing is good for it. Low HP gets tagged out. Left into a 1v1. It's a classic fight. Time on Redefy's side. Strafing left and right, has to reload on 1 HP. Doesn't take the kill for it though. Strafing back and forth. The movement is so tricky, and Redefy handles that with swagger to secure the pistol round.
I think a lot of that though comes out from Wolfenite finding that little gap in the Clove smoke to play within on that box, so he could swing out of the smoke and find that kill on the defuse. Really good find, capitalizing on that little mistake from Windows XP on the Clove, and Redefy great in the clutch.
Got a lot closer than it needed to, in my opinion. Little individual in the elbow fights and on site. I mean, like, hey, they got it done. They got done what needed to be done. So good in the post plant as well. We're looking to collect some ecos. It's a dink for Arceli, but can't finish off Comfy. Is rather isolated.
Now, 3v2, we're looking to explore a little bit from Yon into A main, try and find one of these picks, but the default is so disciplined here from EMU. Yeah, right? It's actually Redefy to find the kill while Comfy was getting crept upon. But it's not really a concern. The A site's all theirs. Windows XP now going for this flank, maybe to find an exit, just a shorty to his name. Nothing much to play with here. Trying to find maybe some damage on the way out, but that's about all you can get at this point.
Yeah, just hoping to die to the spike, not feed any of those all-dorbs. I believe Alexander got the plant down. Yeah, 3 off of the Raze ultimate, which would be so potent in converting a potential bonus, and it's gonna go hunting.
I like the attempt, but after you get shot the first time, you do kind of, the jig's kind of up.
You gotta
once you don't explode into a beam of radiance, I don't think you can really keep up the act. Windows XP though gets one for his troubles, a little bit of revenge for losing the 1v1 the round prior, but a comfortable round 2 from EMU puts the bonus in a good position. Just lost the 1 weaponry. I'm not even sure what the exact buy was, but should be well to do for this next round. Try and keep the momentum going, and at the very least, build up some of those old orbs, get Alexander closer.
Right. I think at the very least, the guns are in a great spot in terms of the money economy. The alt economy, we haven't built up to any of those alts yet. 2 off the Raze alt likely won't have it online. Looking for an aggressive take of showers from the defenders, and a reinvestment of light armor means Raxophone's going to be able to pick off Alexander early into this round. Weapon. Suppress the pit. Oh my goodness, and the Odin to deny the plant as well. This is well thought out. This is a well-played defense on the A-bomb site. And that's the round open and shut.
Bowling Green opt for the off-kilter weapons, not going for the Vandals and the Phantoms exclusively. We got the Odin out. We got the Outlaw out. And using it pretty well so far. The scans, these sightlines are very nice with it in that Yoru's hands. And it's just 2 members left from EMU. try and close things out, try and do some damage more than anything. That spike just planted right on the site. Sorry, not even planted. It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
No water,
Laying
no
out
food,
there.
no sunlight. Ain't no plant.
Absolutely not. 40 seconds still. And they've got to pick. 2v4. Hell of a lot more doable. Ooh, that scan. Oh, in the nick of the time. Shot up. Oh my god, what a shot from Comfy. Postured to take this. The shot does go wide, but a 1v2 doesn't have the right idea of what exactly is going on. And it will be a little bit more costly than we initially thought for the anti-bonus.
Yeah, I mean, good 2v5 to just get some damage going. Put some dampening on any potential snowball, but now is the real test. Now both teams are going to have those rifles, those Odins, I suppose, on board.
Yeah.
And we get to see what EMU are cooking up in the strat department.
Peculiar. We can see Alexander is working up long at the very least. And Comfy lining up the Viper Orb. Here we go. They've already worked their way completely up long. Orb will be secured here. They don't have bounce control, so I think unlikely to take the TP out. Instead, going to reassess our priorities here.
Yeah,
Dr.
we're strong-sided here for BGSU, but there's a lurk over towards A that could mean, if need be, you can exit once they realize things are a little bit stacked. Flex. Coming to get the frag.
Very nice. Traded out by Lumac. They are pretty much just contacting up into the site. Lumac for a second, and that's going to crack the site wide open, but the damage has been done. Rotates have already come out. This Raze ult won't find anything unless it is just fired off into spawn, which John's getting kind of close. All right. Angle. Now ready, cut up. This B site is a difficult one to retake. We've got two going to elbow. One to spawn. The crossfires are good. They're just going to swing off of Alexander. Eye shot for him. Redefy. Great for the kill. And Lumac for a third. Jump peek for the fourth as well. It's beautiful stuff from Lumac on a contact hit into B site.
Yeah, very, very interesting coming out here. I think it was a really nice post play, but I'm just excited to see Lumac fragging again right now. 4 kills in those rounds, his first 4 of the whole thing.
Right.
But on the Duelist, Unleashed, we were talking earlier about, maybe you wanted to play a little bit more discipline, more supportive, but we're getting to see him shine once again.
Absolutely. Forced back down to an eco. And first blood already drawn on the peek out from Hookah. Redefy, they're good for it. I like the way that they're playing this macro so much. They're making sure to hold the positions that they anticipate being pushed. Look, they're ready to put the squeeze on into showers already. Comfy coming around the back. Should have a couple easy kills here. Has to swing out through the smoke to clean up the last one. Wolfenite actually getting most of the pie there with the Odin. And it's going to put Raxphone in a tough 1v3, but at least he's got a rifle.
He's got something to play with. And he might get a 1v1 here from Comfy, looking to just push the advantage and just gets taken out. Man. Great round. Very clean round.
Very, very clean. Anti-eco onto that one. I love how they're playing it. Truthfully, I love that you have the Viper and the Astra ready to absorb the aggression, hold, and even draw first bloods in those scenarios. And at the same time, I like that the defenders are willing to push and take those risks on the rounds where they're not exactly favored. And I think looking at the comp, that's something that they probably have to do more of, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you want to be able to set up for some of these uncomfortable situations, try to break the default from EMU and give opportunities for your agents with the untradeability, the Chamber, the Yoru to find their picks. But right now, it's actually Lumac
oh my goodness,
dimensional drift going all the way to the back of the site, hidden through the Astra wall, but gets taken out.
Yeah, traded out by Alexander. We're going 1-for-1, and we're going to run away from the Clovault here. This makes absolute sense. Comfy's good for 2 out of absolutely nowhere, and Redefy's there to clean up the Clove. Lux now in a 1v2. This round has been messy. It's been scrappy. Great ult ideas. Comfy is actually late to the party. A little bit separated, but we'll be able to rejoin. I like this. Just going back around to short. So they can double up on short here and play the post plant as they need to. Odin in hand.
No snake bite available. Poison cloud committed towards elbow, so they can't just rely on that utility to close out the round on a full HP. Lux has to clear so much, though. The positions, they could be just about anywhere. It's going to be a tricky one for Lux to close out.
Looking out into short. I think maybe spotted one. The wall does go up. And the spam is golden from Wolfenite. 5-1 now. A very comfortable lead on the attack half.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start on the favored side of this map, especially with the double duelist comp. You know, Bowling Green haven't really found their footing. They got the anti-bonus round in, but that's just about it. I think EMU are very, very clean when it comes to these execs and their post plans. They're playing very disciplined, which is really exciting to see. Even with this double duelist comp, they're not just trying to cause chaos. They're not trying to just make something explosive happen. They're playing it very, very intelligently.
Absolutely. I think that even just investing the 2 ultimates into that last round, a very important gun v gun round to secure it, ultimately get the advantage, is good as well. Okay, Odin, they know it's there now. Now they're forced back down to an eco. I think we've got a Stinger, a Guardian. The Chamber Sheriff Headhunter swings wide and gets absolutely melted by Wolfenite on the wide swing. Tried to proc the TP, couldn't get out in time. Lumac has worked his way up into short, but they're going to relax for a little bit, reassess the situation, play the numbers a little bit better.
I think Bowling Green, they're taking this maybe a little bit too slow. They try to make that play happen while just trying to contain on the other side of the map. With the gun disadvantage, you're asking a lot from these Stingers.
Absolutely.
I think you're just hoping that they run in and you can gun them down close range. But that gate crash, you're going to hear that audio of the you're leaving. Give some good info for the rest of EMU to maybe rotate over. I mean, Spike's going into hookah, but there's 3 members of EMU on the A site.
Yeah, a little bit weird. They don't know exactly where they want to go and where they want to stay. The Stinger and the Sheriff are going to ring out true, put things into a 2v3. The bomb. Still, it's low time. We have to get out of here. Jumping out of hookah. Tries to wrangle the shots and will. And a plant will go down. It's Arceli. Hot on the trail, but the plant is safe. Now, all of a sudden, in a 1v1, going to invest the Nightfall as well. Knows where Lumac is. Completely can't hear at all. Deafened up, and it's the swing from Arceli out the left side to secure round number 2.
That's a clutch you need, and a thrifty one nonetheless. Coming out with just the Stingers originally, closes it out with that Phantom. Invest the Nightfall, but I mean, that's well worth it in a round like that. Going to put your team in a much better economic state while damaging EMUs. The round that started pretty nice, but I think it was just a little bit of indecision. There was like results happening on the A site while the Spike was coming to the B site, and it just meant that they got to get these little picks from Bowling Green, and
they wanted to fake B,
it out.
But once the gate crash came out and the Fade I didn't see anything, they just called him back, and things got a little bit weird. We're hoping to get a lot more structured into this one. It's Lumac challenging Showers. Comfy by his side. Controlling the
both extremities. Yeah. Belong now fully in control. And Nebula at the top. Yon's going to put a little damper on their plans in terms of Baths, but they still got so much map control. It's been... BGSU have been playing really slow, opting to just try and hold their positions contained. Not really what you expect from the double duelist. But it worked out last round. Now they got things in a 5v4. Map control not in their advantage, but I mean, there's not a whole lot that EMU can do explosively right now, right?
Yeah,
I actually think it's Chamber sight line on A short. They've got 2 members towards hookah, and they've got the utility with these double duelists to explosively retake something.
Nade.
But some of that getting expended on what is a fake pit, essentially, over towards A.
Oh
Meanwhile,
my God, the Prowlers
just got cleared out.
The Prowlers are going to confirm that no one is coming out And the Nightfall comes out from B. Raxophone's good for 2 before getting trade out. Windows XP as well, getting a piece of the pie, and it leaves Comfy completely on his own. The fake unsuccessful. It's ultimately going to be the great util from Arceli, as well as I really like the heads up sees nade, even though it didn't connect because Comfy backed off. That was always the plan, but shows that they're ready to make the plays in the right spots. I think as soon as Lumac goes down there, it's really hard for EMU to make a play to get one of the sites.
Raxophone also, I think, committed the dimensional drift, checked out that they saw 3 or 4 members belong, and they got to be super ready for that hold on B site. Despite the Nightfall committed, another round goes in favor of BGSU. They're getting a little bit of a foothold on this defensive half, just by playing patient, letting Eastern Michigan in many ways outplay themselves.
Right, I agree with that. I think they are. It definitely could be in their control here. I want to see something a little bit faster. Once they find the op, they should know how to deal with it. We're going fast into Hookah. Jogamo Bucky in hand, gonna get the job done. U-Haul, excuse me, has been claimed, and it's not one that they want to fight for. The nade rebounding as well, denying access.
4 Bowling Green members backside, make that 3, and it's just there's no comfortable way to get the spike down.
Lumac, I cannot believe survives there. Astrowall will make things easier to get the plant down. Should be good. Lumac on 1 HP, playing so close to this wall.
Check flank right now. We got to fight. Windows XP takes it, puts things in a 4v4 now.
They have to find a way to get through this wall, or they're just going to wait it out. No, jumping through Arceli leads the charge, and we'll be able to get the kill. So low HP on Lumac, and now it's a problem to deal with this flank. Absolutely, and the defenders will make their way. Retaking the side. Ooh, it's a heater of a shot from Wolfenite on low HP. Is good for 3 on 24 HP, single-handedly. Wins the post plan for EMU. I thought it was a tough sit. They were getting squeezed right there.
They were getting squeezed. Redefy took out Windows on the flank, and then Wolfenite just got to focus on the site and hit those clean shots. Nice little movement as well in there.
That's the radiant difference. Oh my goodness.
I suppose so. Little taps.
Very nice.
With the op shot.
Oh, wide. The headhunter strafing back left avoids the second one. Lux can't seem to get a pinpoint of where he is. That is a gorgeous 3K.
Seeing a little bit more of an aggressive look over towards B short. Redefy caught in that corner, just posturing from BGSU. They're going to try to speed up long.
And they've got nowhere to go back to, so we can anticipate that they won't be taking this teleport. We might be seeing a commit onto the B site.
There's no lurk from Comfy.
Alexander already whittled down. Lumac taken down as well. Faking the teleport. Some pressure. Hookah has not even been claimed. There's 2 under. Oh, off angle, but Alexander is somehow ready for it. No one dies as a result, though. But, of course, they hear the teleport up on top of the shed.
Yeah.
And Wolfenite's able to collect the kill to even up the numbers now.
This is a little tricky, though. Wolfenite out of util. Got to wait for the haunt to refresh if they want.
But this crossfire is deadly.
Into one of these sites.
Excuse me.
Actually,
not a crossfire.
Windows drops it. But they don't clear Raxophone. Now it's a 2v4 with really no map control to work with. Windows already trained on this position.
Gonna contact in. Expect this to happen. Wolfenite's good for the first.
Puts it 2v3.
Raxophone, I like this. Looking to play his life, but Alexander is going hunting. First satchel, rings out and completely dodges the flash and is good for the shot. Now, 2v2, ult online, Nightfall expended. Gonna scan both of them. They know both of them are right there. Just waiting, sitting ducks perhaps.
To play with just to close things out. Now somehow this has been totally turned around. EMU looking favored in this.
Oh, good for the clear is Jan. Now 1v2. The rocket is here. But in fact, just going to walk up and take the fight. It's a great clove smoke and does kill the diffuser. But the time is just not there. That's I love how they played that 2v2. Waiting out, holding after that Nightfall. And working up together
that was
back
nice.
Onto the site.
I really expected the showstopper to come out if for anything but just to threaten. But it was the clove smoke, the ruse from the grave that gave them so much more insulation, kept things as far as Alexander knows, they could have been off the spike, they could have been just waiting around. He doesn't get to confirm that. And one of the, I mean, I don't often see the from the grave smokes have such impact, but I mean,
That's
that was
impact.
honestly, I think, it made the round in the end.
Undoubtedly, I think. Definitely would have had a shot if not for the smoke. But things got a little bit close. I think that BGSU have found... Oh, my goodness. We're just straight up into it. Arceli hits one hell of a shot. And now they're looking to reclaim the space. Yon, good for one as well. Drops the spike in front of U-Haul. Lumac has to go searching on his own, trying to wrangle this play. Oh, can make it happen. Barely spotting out Arceli through the smoke. Razalt invested as well. Showstopper going to find Lumac on the trade. And now a very comfortable 4v2. The spike is down in a tough spot. We're going to need some picks generated to make this happen. But with only a classic, it's... tough one. Of course, one shot to the outlaw as well, but the
Comfy's hands, but no.
So good. Very well played.
That was really nice. We've seen these backside A holds from Bowling Green a couple times before, and this time I think it was just EMU getting a little bit too overeager. I mean, a stellar shot from Arceli on Alexander's ult, but then it was just the rest of EMU getting picked off kind of one by one. Despite them all being on the same site, they were able to isolate the 1v1s and put things in a potentially even situation going to the end of this half, 6-5 in favor of EMU, but money not so much.
Money not so much indeed. We're going to be quick onto this one as well. Dimensional Drift out through Hookah. It's going to be good for some info. The Sheriff shot looking real nice. Gets the info on this guy and tries to... Oh my goodness! Does connect the shot after an initial whiff on the Bucky. And that is an open and shut eco round. Absolutely nothing Windows can do here, but is going to get a shot. Some 1v1s isolated. The tap's not connecting, and Redefy cleans it up for a 7-5 score at the half.
I was worried that was going to look a lot more one-sided, but Bowling Green with some good adaptations comes in here, gets up to 5 rounds on there. Definitely what you would expect to be the weaker side.
From Lux, like an accidental knife pull out instead of the shorty might have been the difference maker on that one.
Just about. I mean, had just a single outlaw shot and then the shorty, presumably some gate crashes behind, or not gate crashes, headhunters behind it. But now we see EMU on the defensive side. Wolf Knight on the top of the scoreboard there. And we see 3 all posted up towards short. It wasn't really the area that they opted to put too much emphasis on their attack side. Maybe a read for this pistol round. We see a fast play. I think a C's came out there, but nothing to find, nothing to receive it.
Right, 4-1.
Just holding long.
4-1 in terms of the numbers. Comfy jiggling, looking to get that info. The strong side is going to push out through bats and find the kill to even things for a 4v4. Jan is good for it. Onto Comfy, who goes exploring after a pick gets found in showers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the idea. You lose Hookah as well. Want to try to reclaim some control, see what this default was like. But now we got a nice spread. 2 coming up from CT1, putting some pressure on, demanding a lot of respect in Hookah. But will it be enough to get them back into the site?
I don't think so, Lux. Gonna make it happen. The flank dies, and they know that these last 2 defenders are waiting in spawn. Time not on their side at all. Stun comes out. Alexander's good for 1, but now a near impossible 1v3. I say that, but all the HPs are actually pretty low. Oh my goodness. Could not connect even the body shot onto that, but there was certainly a glimmer in there.
There was a world. There was a possibility. It's tough on that site, though. You got so many different elevations, a lot of different pieces of cover, and when you're in the 1v3 like that, it's tough to find your mark. Now that puts things on the verge of becoming even here. Once again,
right.
Bowling Green up to 6 with the economic advantage well in their favor, and we're going to be stacking the site for EMU over on B.
It's a very important pistol for Bowling Green, I think, because I anticipate this comp to struggle on attack. Now, I know it's very aggressive. I know it's that ranked style. Look at this death ball coming out through showers. Wolf Knight will stay. But I think the post plants, they should be lacking. It should be, in theory, easier for EMU to retake, and we're good for one. And that's the
Get out of
spike as
there.
well. Okay, out of there in an instant.
Great find,
We're
and
able-
now they get to regroup in this 5v4, make that a 4v4. A good find from Jan to keep things even, keep it much more comfortable on the site. Could be a little bit worrisome with how spread EMU were, but now a fight over towards elbow.
Oh my
Could be
goodness.
dangerous.
They're just fighting together. The Outlaw gonna miss the shot as well and reposition. But by then, Wolf Knight's already crossed to group up into elbow with his teammates. Potential for
They
some
can
real
keep fighting.
damage here. Australia's really low, but is going to take the aggro to them. Swinging out with the stinger. To
Lots of
pretty much
confidence for
secure
that
the
kind
round
of
with that one.
play.
Very nice. Very,
Willing to
very
take
nice.
those fights, close out their anti-eco, bring things to 7-7. Bonus round, a lot of stingers there. Had the Outlaw, maybe some heavy shields for Eastern Michigan. But I think to go back to what you were saying earlier, this comp can definitely struggle on attack if they're like level 1 game plan starts to fall short. This comp doesn't have a lot of tools to like readjust. If their initial hit gets shut down, like maybe you're looking for Luxus to have some kind of lurk going, but without the Viper wall, it's a little bit more tricky. You don't have
Yeah.
the same cancel options without the Viper, without the Astra even. Just less util to work with.
Viperless is tough, I will say. And
Oh,
Alexander's
especially when you
gonna
lose
drop
your
first
Yoru
cut.
in the
Yeah,
opening.
when the Yoru goes down, that's not what you want to see. It's been several rounds in a row that Alexander and Lumac have held hands while showering. And it's
Well
it's
put.
working out great. It's helping them generate a lot of these picks, swinging
Good for
together,
synergy
as it
too.
were.
Just to
Absolutely,
be together like that.
team building exercise.
But that's something we didn't see a ton of from Bowling Green on their defensive side, opting to play a lot more patiently, not try to disrupt, instead just trust in their ability to hold the sites. I like it though from EMU, wanting to aggress a little bit more. They have the Viper as to aid in the anchoring, as well as the Astra's a bit better than the Clove. Chamber, of course, had his trip on the defensive side to work with.
Oh,
Now on attack, he's just using that as flank denial.
let's go
but
sparely.
like I
and
was
the wall to reposition. Yeah.
kind of saying, BGSU have had to slow down quite a bit in this round, and they don't have the tools exactly to put the pressure on to create question marks without directly taking the fights. And the fights they've been taking this round, they have been losing. They're headed to the A site,
Oh.
but it's a showstopper there to meet them immediately.
I think this is a smart investment. Redefy is good for one. The showstopper ringing out. I actually cannot believe didn't get a kill there, but low HP, and
That's
this
heavy
round
damage.
is completely over. Wolfenite, good for the spam through the wall. 1 HP on Lux. I don't know if you even want to be saving the Spectre here. I'm going to be honest. Spams through the smoke. Good damage. Actually finds 2 kills on the back of that. That's better damage than you may have thought.
I was about to say this has been a phenomenally clean anti-bonus round for EMU. Gonna be great to carry all those rifles in, but then the Spectre, without seeing either opponent able to clean things up, it's not really, it wasn't clean. Able
Yeah.
to dirty things up, honestly, for
Right.
EMU.
Make things a little bit muddier. Get advantages where we can.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the rifle situation is this round for Eastern Michigan. We expect Bowling Green
definitely
to have
hard,
all theirs.
Viperless is tough on attack.
Oh, check this play out. We saw the Prowler come out from Hookah, a flashed satchel down long, and then the Boombot to just clear things up entirely. Right now, this, as far as EMU concerned, B site is a non-threat for the next 20 seconds at least.
Right, and that's why the rotate initially is going to go over today before Wolf Knight decides. I'm going to go back to B on this one. Reclears coming out, but it's the spike leading towards A, and the attackers grouping up for the eventual A hit here. They've got a Nightfall to invest if they so choose, which I think it would be wise. Redefy is just good for the peak. So crisp, so clean onto that angle. Will get spotted out by the Nightfall. In U-Haul, the Prowler to hunt down as well. Windows XP off the back of this claims U-Haul and is going pushing. They need to find a kill, and Lux dies for it. That is beyond unfortunate. The attackers answering back. It's a 2v3 now. The bomb is yet to go down. 30 seconds on the clock. Defenders, we're going to make a flood out of this one. Prowlers seizes, coming out the nade as well. Windows XP, that's one hell of a shot. And Jan trades out into the 1v1,
Wow.
and Windows is good for it. Wolfenite going wide, gets shut down on the retake.
The positioning was great from EMU. The numbers were there. They even had the pick advantage in a 5v3. But when things got scrappy, it was actually Bowling Green to find all the right kills. I think Windows XP had some great shots in there. But like this, there's a seize, there's a gravity well, and there's a nade all coming out towards Jan. And Jan's still able to get one on the swing back sight. Wolfenite runs in, caught in the heat of the moment, and Windows XP is the one to capitalize on it. A great round from Bowling Green to keep things 8-8.
That is Jan and Windows, top of the scoreboard together. And this death ball, oh my goodness, TPing out just barely. And once again, it's this hand holding down showers. That's so good. We're getting a full rotate out over towards B now, given the information. The exit coming out, showstopper. They are bunkered down into hookah. Only sheriffs. One of them. Oh my goodness, doesn't even check it. And Wolfenite is good for the kill. Comfy for another. Answering back a little bit now. Some semblance of scraping things together, but completely shut down. This should be a thrifty round converted. Lumac doesn't know exactly where he's looking. Hold on. Lux, the taps. Very precise right now. Maybe looking to double swing this together. No, just off my contact, off Comfy. Redefy is ready for the swing. Lux is hoping that he'll be given anything at all. Has the spike in hand as well.
He's got a great shot into this. And it's going to be a 1v2. If he can isolate the 1v1s, I don't know. He's being a little bit too careful coming into the site. Goes for the spike plant, but the positions are unknown. Could be expecting a flank, could be heaven CT. Lux not put himself in the best spot here. It's going to have to be a heroic 1v2 at this point.
Come out. That's info on both. Heard both the shots. Reposition. Comfy is ready for it. Very safe. Very well played to give them a one-round advantage. That was close.
Muddy. I thought for sure after the site got cleared and they sent 5 through long, I thought for sure that Jan was going to send that rocket. I mean,
this
just
is
right
crazy.
there. I thought
that is
because like at that point, all the other positions are eliminated. You're sending 5 long. I feel like it's got to be part of the game plan that you can expect people to still be in hookah, but no.
Yeah, you didn't even
it
clear.
Was entirely
hookah. You
unaccounted
just went
for,
in there.
And they got 2 off. No, there was no clear. It was just like I guess they're not here. I guess I mean, it wasn't eco round. They could have been expecting an A stack or something, but at the pace with which EMU have been playing their openings to rounds, you're gonna be hard pressed to find a round where they haven't opted to take some map control and then immediately rotate off of it.
You're exactly right. Raxophone looking to absorb the aggression. It's gonna be an A split and a quick one at that. Lux swinging out early for the pick. Comfy decides to go exploring onto this one. Maybe generate a flank as well. The bomb will go down uncontested though. Nightfall coming out for the flood. Gonna ping out many, and they're hoping that the audio will be suppressed for the Yoru ult and for the flank. Trip is found. They've been pinched now. 2 coming out through short. Lux is good for another one. Just full running. Alexander wrangles the spray onto Arceli and is now put in a 1v3. The nade is good. And oh, Jan! Standing on business, standing on the box, 1 HP, nade on top his head, falling down and still manages to find the kill.
I think you got to attribute a lot of that round win to Lux. Found the opening and then was the one to avoid the Nightfall, go all the way to the back against the flank of Comfy, and eventually joined by Lumac with that dimensional drift. 9-9. Things have been dead even thus far since basically, I mean, the end of that half.
That's 2 ults invested for Eastern Michigan on an unsuccessful retake. They're going to be feeling that one. It's 2 losses in a row. Or, excuse me, not the case. Comfy. Great up into this one. It's a slower round, slower default, spread across the map. Looking to find, expecting some aggression here, which I think is completely reasonable.
Yeah, I think so too. They're just posturing in the extremities with the Yoru, with the raised chamber, now finally making their way up long where they're going to run into 2. But it was Comfy actually, not the duelists, to go exploring And it's going to be another sick play, but Luxus shuts it down.
Oh my, I want to say they lined up, but they did not. It was just
really
the movement error, little zigzag on the spray for Lux. After Comfy worked so hard, little individualistic as well. But Wolf Knight's got full bats control, pushed all the way out. And so...
But what can he really do with this? He'd have to keep exploring further. And it's just a sheriff to his name.
Wouldn't be a
the
bad
site
play at all.
Not trying to be held. A 3v4 with the weapon disadvantage. It's going to be tough to try and get through. They're aware. They're respecting the potential of this bat. And it's going to be a fight.
Back into showers. Cannot get it done. Jan is good for it. And they hear the double TP. Of course, it's going to be a brawl in showers to decide the round. Lux is wide for it. TP's out. Wide swing. Flash to support it as well. Supplemented. And Raxophone cleans up the round. A miracle double kill to open it up from Lux, though. Holy, give me this one again.
Truly, yeah. I gotta see that.
That is funny, dude.
Ahead of the flash, shoots a little left and a little right without really having to do anything.
That is funny.
Play, misbegotten idea perhaps, with the opening already found. But I mean, you know, the guns were disadvantaged. You want to make something happen. Even with the opener, you're far from guaranteed. You want to keep pushing for a little bit more. I see the idea, but now Bowling Green with an advantage in this map for the first time.
Right.
Guns now are going to be in the hands of the EMU players. A Viper's Pit to shut down short. And it's a similar look, slightly different. Fade over towards showers this time around for Bowling Green. The same sort of posturing.
Like to take this time. Prowler won't find anything on short to rescind what I said about the post plans. So they're handling the post plans extremely well with the comp. They're fighting together at a pretty high level. Alexander generates the first pick.
I think a little off angle, a little high-low there catches Jan off guard. Puts things in a much more favorable position. Util getting traded out towards Hookah, but the spike this time coming from showers. The site with the Viper's Pit, they're expecting it to, I think, to be a little bit weaker, especially seeing two members. Great. But Redefy is showing his strengths.
Great shots from Redefy. I want to say it's really hard for Bowling Green in this moment. You've got 3 players on B. The Viper's Pit is looking great, but actually just gets taken down. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Should be favored in that fight, but Windows too quick, too clean with it. Has X-ray vision. That's going to crack the round wide open. They see one, but we're going to teleport away, and eventually, actually, the showstopper will find its mark, put things in a 4v2, low time. It's up to Wolfenite to just swing, make this happen. The bomb should not be able to go down here. But actually, Raxophone got a bit of a chance, and I like this from Alexander, rushing the site, low time to secure the round.
Low time, vulnerable from the gravity well. Shorty gonna close it out. A nice round this time around from EMU. I like the high-low. They're not, instead of going for some aggressive sort of death ball look, they're just playing on site, but they're playing together. That duelist duo has been deadly thus far.
And I think it's great discipline as well from Alexander to pop the showstopper in that number scenario. Once the pit goes down, they know that flood is integral, and the time was too short to redirect over towards B as well. So great things coming out. It's going to be a very similar, very familiar take of showers.
It's almost mirror or like a flipped. Oh, Comfy getting a little bit too comfortable, going a little too wide. Wolfenite there to back him up.
Oh my goodness.
Gets one, gets traded by the boom bot, unfortunately. And it's Lumac immediately running back in, trying to even things up and doing just that. It was a death ball from opposite sides of the site, but Lumac had the TP to immediately go from Bass to B, get a great refrag, put things in a 3v3.
Battle of the Yorus. Coming out, spots the elbow, actually, as does Lumac. Flash over towards elbow, just looking to keep Lumac busy, get him off the line. They're going to fight into it as two. Windows XP finds one. It's a little individualistic. Alexander coming out onto the site. Now, double swing. Oh, it gets a little... That looks like a flash, honestly, from the decay. Yeah. But ultimately, it's good fights from the attackers to secure the post plant once again.
Comfy losing that early. I think the previous rounds have been so slowly played from Bowling Green that he was just, oh, it's just going to be a Prowler, maybe just a boom bot. I can clear it out easy, no problem. But there were 4 people behind that Prowler, and the support wasn't
this,
really there. They weren't set up for a swing. Wolf and I did well to find one before getting traded, likewise with Lumac, but it was a very proactive post plant from BGSU that led them to the victory. And speaking of proactivity, we're going right down B-Long, pushing into Fountain.
Oh, good
Nearly
for
finding
one.
two.
And
Dinks,
I mean,
young, low HP.
all on his own as well. The satchel coming out, perhaps a flash to supplement, but honestly, good to get one. I think,
And
although
I mean,
these
damage
tend to
is
favor
very
the
important.
attackers.
I think the weaponry is not ideal this time around for EMU. Just the shorty in Redefy's hand that could maybe kill Yon at distance, who's opting to just this time just hold the flank. It's a bait setup actually here in U-Haul.
Yeah, if Raxophone tries to take this, then I think he's in for a rude awakening. But just actually creeps up into it. Very disciplined, very nice. And now the shorty can't really make a play here without getting traded out. Showstopper procced for the attackers. 1 HP. I'm not quite sure. I guess the trip went off.
Mm-hmm.
Although, did it even? No, it's just down. Lux is dead. And so
I'm not sure.
Jan will eventually find the kill on 1 HP. Very good to do as such. Lumac is good for 1. Looking for a bit of damage here. Of course, the timer already expired. Flash coming out. It's a brilliant turn and shot as well, but Jan is good for the trade, bringing Bowling Green up to map point. This could be EMU's first map loss.
It's looking like it. I mean, 12 to 10. They've still got a more than a fighting chance. Weapons now back in their hands. It was some decent plays, but they all just kind of slipped a little bit. The flank got shut down from Jan. The U-Haul double hold, the time was too long. They had to be worried about coming from behind, and it's Eastern Michigan with the timeout to try and assess things. But will it be too little, too late? I mean, 2 rounds here left to play with, 2 chances. You can circle it at home if you so choose. And
I want to say,
yeah,
in the past 4 rounds, I believe 1 and 4. Who has still maintained the top frag, top of the leaderboard for Eastern Michigan. I think is someone that needs to get more activated onto the retakes, but Bowling Green are fighting really well, really intelligently, picking their spots and doing it together. Excellent fundamental team play.
Yeah, I also want to say that I think it's been Bowling Green's mixing up of their pace has been really, really impressive. And I think the rounds where they play slow, it's also Eastern Michigan to play slow, not really try to like push too much. I mean, that last round was the eco play, sure. But now it's all up to EMU to try and close this out. We see all 5 members of BGSU towards the B site. And last time it was Comfy and Wolfenite getting a little bit too big for their britches. This time they have to pay the Nightfall the respect.
Nightfall pings too.
Come in, but the CP, I don't know.
Nightfall pings too. That's 2 going through the teleport, trying to maybe sell something, but the anchors were affected by the Nightfall. They couldn't hear it anyway.
I mean, it's the phone and the chamber running through, but the smokes come out. That should give away the site hit, but it's 2 members inside tube. They're going to have a hell of a task ahead of them.
And Comfy fighting out together in the smoke. It's a great smoke at that, and Comfy is good for 2. Put things in a great scenario. Wolfenite, 1 HP. Alexander's good for it. Windows XP. I mean, I'm not quite sure about that one. Gets a kill somehow anyway, but ultimately the damage had been done, cornered up, and executed. Very well fought on site by Comfy and Wolfenite.
I want to shout out Redefy with the Nebula mid-sight to the right of the tube. Gave Comfy this smoke to play with, to move in and out of, and is able to isolate the fight onto Raxophone, and then find, I think it was it Windows? No, it was Jan that went down. Windows later popping the not dead yet, which might be a bit of a misplay. I mean, we're going into the final round of regulation. The economy not totally in BGSU's favor. That could have been an ult they wanted to play with. That's just the chamber. Meanwhile, 3 ults for EMU. They want to get the chance to use this. And they're posturing pretty aggressively towards short, looking to contain with the rest of the map.
Right, giving up things towards Bath when previously they've been good about contesting it. Oh, that is a
Yeah,
beautiful
I
headshot.
think they used that angle before, and Lux was
Yeah,
ready for it this time around. Viper
great
Down's going to be
adaptations.
damaging to the stopping power that EMU has for the rest of this round. Fortunately, the firepower is still in their favor in terms of the weaponry. This Yoru though is could potentially be a fake. I mean, it depends on what they find, right? They got the
Yeah, we're
spike in
looking for
market. They've
info
got tons of
here.
options. No map control for EMU. They can do as they please, and it looks like A site is going to be their target.
Right, yeah. Looking absolutely great, gorgeous. Prime for taking. Only one member. And U-Haul, it's Redefy looking to even the numbers as well and makes his grand escape into Showers. Perhaps one of the boons of having 5 people run up short. The bomb is yet to go down. There's only 20 seconds on the clock. Tap will come out. Going for something here. A flash to supplement.
And a flash play for Alexander.
Oh, very nice. But unfortunately doesn't blind Lux, who's ready for it. Shorty, they know Shorty, and they swing into it anyway. Can't find anything. Windows is good for it. 3v4 now. Nightfall coming out. A lot of low HPs over here in U-Haul. Good for the first one. Cosmic Divide as well. Lumax good for another. Wolfenite activated as well. And the squeeze has come out onto Arceli. We're going to overtime.
Here we go. A lovely fatal from Wolfenite puts all of the members of Bowling Green on low HP, and then Lumax able to just clean up. Doesn't even really need to see that smoke that I think was like on top of a truck or something temporarily blinded his vision, but it didn't matter. He was able to get in anyways. This was a bit questionable.
This is,
the way they followed the dimensional drift, but a fantastic recovery after losing the first pick, after losing another one, put things in a 3v4. They just closed that out nice and cleanly. Maybe not the cleanest, but they did a great job when it got to 3.
Honestly,
Now overtime.
I'm favoring Bowling Green here. You look at the kill distribution. Everyone's pulling their weight very even across the board in terms of head-to-heads. It's EMU on the attack once again. Going for a 4-1. Redefy containing out over towards Huga, but will be met with nothing. Fade-Eye secures Showers, and off the back of that, a Seize nade over to short. Try to catch anyone else waiting to capitalize off the space. This is a strong site now, though. We've got 4 members of Bowling Green here. And the Yoru TP, I mean, it's just... This is a bit of a gamble. Lux is over towards long, has a very shallow line at that.
And without the fade there, it's going to be difficult for him to get back on it. Maybe Rex went with the flash. But this is a really great slow-paced round for EMU, utilizing their cooldowns, the extra abilities they have within their kit compared to that chamber comp. But it's actually Lux looking to get an off angle here in long. Get some good info, meaning the rest of BGSU can stay stacked on A site where the spike is currently headed.
It's a great crossfire to short, A short as well for the defenders. It looks like EMU, if they so choose, will have an in through Baths, and that's exactly what they're looking to do with the spike. Clone Prowler coming out, fighting into backside now is Lumac. He's got to make a hero play, and it will not come to fruition. Arceli's good for 2 as well from pocket. Wolfenite fighting back. Now in a 1v3. Nightfall expended. The round entirely on his shoulders. Wrangles the spray for the first, but the HP's too low, and Raxophone will spam through the box to secure map point once again for Bowling Green.
Here we go. I think a well-handled exec, like I was saying, the angle from Lux, man, that they get to keep all 3 members that stayed on that A site on the A site. They got to hold things down. Kept it pretty clean. Wolfenite with some heroics to try and get back into this. But now, BGSU once again on the verge of giving EMU their first map loss of the split.
This is tense.
Curious what the pace will be here. We've seen Bowling Green with a lot of different looks in terms of their pace.
Spike's on the floor, so...
It's probably going to be a slow one. We've seen this default a couple times from them. And this time it's Wolfenite and Comfy towards B. Able to maintain long control a little bit easier with the fade as well. The Prowler is available.
Lumac and Alexander once again doing what they do best, what they love to do over in showers.
Yeah, just playing together. That Boombot don't think spots anything. And Lux is just gonna take his time, has the rendezvous available, can lurk up, be long. See when Wolf Knight opts to go for that next info cycle. Here it is, and spots out Lux immediately, but it's comfy on this off angle.
Oh,
And is gonna find the first kill.
Thank
Crucial
goodness.
first kill.
Yeah, that could have been disaster going for the ping, and in reaction, Raxophone has to take a bit of space. But Lumac is ready onto the angle. I don't think we're going to be expecting Lumac here at all, not whatsoever.
You gotta know that those two are gonna be playing together, especially when the fight went so well over B. Lumac's not gonna TP out, and it's just
looking to deny the plant
the
as well.
side.
Redefy is good for it. Lumac, complete heroics in the round to tie things up. We're going to double OT.
Okay, here we go.
That was great. That was played very well on the defense macro. The setup, the crossfire, peeking off of each other on both extremities here in long, even though Comfy is good for it.
Yeah.
Fade util, baiting each other in.
There is so much util in from Redefy and Wolfenite in that B long to just stop any further hit coming through from B site. A lot of respect paid, and something that BGSU might be able to take advantage of on their next attacking round. But we'll have to see. EMU looking to get an attack on their own. It was their favorite half previously. They went 7-5 on it, but wasn't able to find that last round. Things kind of just got shut down when it came time to the exec. They didn't quite have the map control they thought they did. There was not the fake sold. So we could see them maybe try and take a little bit more space next round, work to fake a little bit more, or would they just go for a full-on site hit, not let Bowling Green clear those question marks that they get to create?
I think a little bit of tempo injected would be great here. These past couple rounds on both sides and in regulation have been this slow default, which I think both teams are playing the style very well, honestly, on defense. And it's why I'd like to see bit of tempo injected, although I don't think that's what we're going to see.
I mean,
just quite. I mean, they're all grouping up
short. I think this.
Yeah,
we actually might. This is the only time they go for these short hits is when they're trying to do so with some pace. And
Alexander
U-Haul being taken.
Sprints up into U-Haul. Now completely secured. Yon tries to fight in for a second. Lumac's good for the first blood on the round. The bomb should be able to go down here. Raxophone is a thorn. Could be prickly here, but Comfy just completely sits him down. Diffed now. 5v3 situation. Yon been looking to... Oh my goodness, catches a great timing as well, where Lumac was postured to throw the TP out. But because of that, Alexander gets the jump onto him. Lux, who had actually bought an operator into this round as well, is now left with it all to do. An impossible retake with one headhunter bullet and an operator and 60 health.
Yeah, I'm just not sure there's any way he could find an opening to that 4v1 with the op. A great round, injected that pace. It wasn't even like a full-on exec right away. They took U-Haul, they got their one, they went for the plant, gave Comfy a window to take that 1v1 into showers, and gets them onto their first map point. Looking to maintain their flawless record, 6-0 in terms of maps. Want to make it 7. And they got one round here if they want to close it out here, right now.
And this is map point for the first time in this game for EMU, a chance to close it out. Like you say, maintain their perfect
Alex with the op
record. Alex, operator, creeped up onto the angle. Let's see if he will be fooled by the clone. Yes, the clone baits out the first shot. Smoke to reposition.
Yeah, no satchel to escape with. Instead, it's just going to be the Nebula. Great support of U2. We've seen all game from Redefy. Meanwhile, it's full short. 4 members force Lumac out. That puts them in a position to take this site, but Alexander wants to put a stop to it.
Yon will fall. It's looked like they have to fight into this. Lux is good for one. Redefy still. Thorn in their side in showers. Lumac from heaven ringing out as well.
Just 2 members stand to try and close this out. Try and get another round of overtime for BGSU, prevent EMU from continuing their flawless map streak. They got some time to play with 45 seconds. They got some room to explore, but the positions are good. The crossfires are good for EMU. They got to break into this with some heroic plays with these question marks created by the time going down.
I can't even TP away. Comfy's good for it right now, sending the Yoru teleport through, but like I said, Comfy is there. They're going to go looking for a pick, and they will find it. Lux, good for the first one. They know Lumac over towards Heaven actually finds third kill on the round, over towards Triple. Got to fight this together. There is the time to do so. Comfy is miles away, but they have no way of knowing that. The bomb will go down. They'll find Sanctum and U-Haul, giving time for Comfy to come up through spawn. The chamber op popped as well. Tour de force, 4 on the round. Lux looking for an ace to keep them in this. Comfy in the 1v2 now. The trip just barely out of range. Going to give Comfy enough space to creep up into U-Haul, but we're looking for it. Low HP, and they line up for him. Comfy secures the 1v2. Alexander kind of flipping his arms. What's all that about? Grouped up into U-Haul. A heroic 1v2 to maintain the perfect map win streak for EMU and grant them their map pick of Bind.
That was played so well in that 2v4. They waited out the time, so they had to Redefy had to respect the option of showers, so he wasn't able to get that immediate reswing once Wolf One Night dropped. But unfortunately, sometimes you just line up, and then Comfy, good for those, finishes the map 21-18. Wolf One Night on top, 27-20.
Man,
A really tense game number 1. Breeze is going to be coming up next, but I mean, my God, what a great map 1. What a great opening.
that was phenomenal. I mean, the narrative up into this point has really been, it seemed like EMU were this dominant, unstoppable force. And this time we saw them bleed for sure. Many a chance, actually, multiple chances for Bowling Green to close out the map. They could not get a hold of it though, and I think that speaks to the individual power and resilience of the Eastern Michigan roster.
I think so too. I think Bowling Green put on some great adaptations, especially on their offensive side. I was very impressed at the depth their playbook had with a comp that, like, on the surface level looks pretty aggressive. You're like, okay, I know how this is going to play. They're going to try and trying to force out some duels, make it uncomfortable. Like, let's pick off with the chamber, you know, all that stuff. But they played pretty methodically.
Yeah,
I was very, very impressed, but even more impressed by the likes of EMU, how they were able to close out some of those crucial rounds. Of course, their sort of win streak, their 5-1 start definitely helped things on their attack side.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I was impressed by the caliber of play in the macro and micro sense for both of those teams. And fortunately or unfortunately, it's going to be EMU to close out map number 1, Bowling Green. We're going to go to Breeze next. It's their map pick. And they've got to make something happen if they want to stay in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
welcome back. We got map 2 of EMU versus Bowling Green coming at you. We got Breeze, Bowling Green's pick. I'm Gary, joined by Menderbug as always. Hope you didn't have too many plans tonight. I know we didn't after that overtime. I mean, come on. Great stuff. You can't really beat it. But now, Bowling Green's map pick could be even closer. Could be maybe going in Bowling Green's favor. I don't know.
I want to say they're favorite onto this, and I want to say this for 2 reasons. Okay. Reason number 1, they've got some damn shooters. Well, actually 3 reasons. Reason number 1, they've got some damn shooters.
Yeah.
Reason number 2, they have their IGL now.
Yeah.
We've got breaking news from our wonderful production that they didn't have their IGL for map number 1. They were subbed out.
You could have fooled me with how
could have fooled me with the calls. I mean,
there's some good stuff. Good macro.
There's some good stuff.
What's the third reason?
Third reason, I feel like Lumac wasn't really shooting at the level we expect in map number 1.
He was definitely quiet for most of the rounds.
He had a couple here or there, a couple multi-kills for sure.
But definitely wasn't as omnipresent as the first series we got a cast of him.
Honestly, I think Alexander and Wolfenite really stepped up, and in combination with the incredible util from Redefy and Comfy and the willingness of Comfy to take the space, I think that we should be fine. But of course, I mean, Lumac postured up, hovering the chamber, which is the one where you have to shoot. Right.
Yeah. The potential of Lumac Chamber. I like Chamber quite a bit on this map. We've seen a lot of double duelists like we're going to see here from Bowling Green. But Chambers got, I mean, of course, he's the opper. He's the opping agent, opping sentinel. Breeze, very open map. You gotta demand a lot of respect. And when there's not necessarily a lot of util to go around, once that drone gets expended, once maybe the recon bolt comes out, then he has a lot of room to play with on the defensive side. And on the offensive side, honestly, too, a lot of good lines you can get him posted on. Great at just maintaining that passive map control for the rest of your team. I like the Chamber a lot here.
Chamber should be good if we do see it come to fruition. I hate to put this much pressure on a player, but Mr. Pool 34, the IGL stepping in, replacing Lux, who I thought was perhaps the most solid shooter consistently round by round in the last game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, kind of almost single-handedly won that overtime final round. Fell a little bit short in the end. But it'll be interesting to see the differences in how they play with their IGL there to back them up. And without the same, I mean, we'll have to see what the fragging power looks like.
It's a way different comp as well. Completely different style.
Yeah, the Yoru Neon is interesting. They got the rotational acceleration with the gate crash, and of course the I don't even remember what it's called, but when she goes runs it all fast, like.
Yeah, what is that called?
High gear. It's called high gear.
It's called high gear. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, a very different style. Instead of the smoke and anchor being Clove Chamber, we have the Astra Viper coming out. Should be great to see. I think Neon's very good right now. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. We've got our HUD in a full swing right now, and the spike is postured towards middle for an early fight. Arceli forced to back off because of the recon, but they don't even give a damn about mid doors. Looking to go all the way up. Mr. Pool now with the most to do, and Mr. Pool and Raxophone sharing the ace, completely stopping the push in its tracks.
That was not how I expected that round to go. They did the smoke to cross to look like go double doors. Ended up trying to take top mid with maybe a little bit of a missed timing. You'd probably want to see your stack try to take contact first, try and run up top mid, and instead it was actually Lumac to find be on the receiving end of that first blood.
Yeah, I like how they took Elbow as well, crept up into it to get the pick in response to the mid smoke. It's gonna do them well. Raxophone's got the Outlaw looking to farm up the ecos on this one, but nothing found in his scope just yet. We're looking around. Did they grab the orb in A?
Slow.
I think they did.
I am not certain. It looked
That would
like
make
they,
sense.
that must have been part of the
Oh,
game
my
plan.
goodness.
Lumac with a nice opener and that toxic screen. Gonna give him just enough cover to
Right.
grab the orb before it falls.
Oh my
Raxphone
god.
doesn't
Yeah.
want Lumac to be long for this world. Takes him out. While the rest of the team is gonna go posture over towards A. A 4v4 makes things a little bit precarious. I mean, on a map this big, there's a lot of areas you need to respect, but once they know the positions, I think the support can come in with
We're going to see
Arceli
some
and
jumpers
Jan.
here.
Mhm.
Indeed. Bellowing around the corner, Jan has a lot to do with Arceli.
That Stinger's a
this
tough gun
happen.
to try and make something happen with here.
Right, the bomb will go down, uncontested. Wolfenite, good to fight. The scan does connect. Shock dart as well. Trying to make something happen. Getting a little bit aggressive. Jumping into the smoke. Arceli's good for 2. Swinging out, sliding out, and Raxophone is there as the final layer of security. Things got maybe a little bit too close for comfort there, but ultimately 3 alive is a perfectly fine anti-eco.
Good from Bowling Green to not try to push too hard to deny that plant. Instead, just contain, play the Stingers in their more comfortable ranges. And it was actually Eastern Michigan to take the fight to them in a lot of ways. In that smoke was Arceli able to clean up too. And keep things pretty comfortable with 2 Stingers and Outlaw saved over. We'll see what the rest of the weaponry is going to be. I think actually Jan buying a new Stinger for this round.
Indeed. I mean, why not? EMU. You have to make something happen. I mean, even that early momentum in the beginning of the last round was off the back of Mr. Poole peeking in front of their own Viper wall before it went up. So an unforced error. Raxophone good for the first. Onto Alexander. That's the tip of the spear. Completely gone. And that's, I think, one of the weaknesses of not running the double duelist, instead running the chamber. It's going to be a lot harder to make something happen at this point, especially close range mid doors with this Stinger. Windows XP, you'd think is going to be good for this one. Indeed, crowd spraying. They've yet to have a member drop.
Yeah, this has been, I don't know, Eastern Michigan have been kind of just taking these 1v1s. Of course, the yours untradeability doesn't make that easier for them.
Right.
But they've been kind of unsuccessful in trying to isolate these fights, and that can be really tricky. With New Breeze, the choke points are pretty tight, and there's only like a couple spots you can really be expecting people to come from. And so when you lose your duelist like you did, it can be really easy for Bowling Green to just hold their positions.
Right, Util coming out just to snag the spike, but will not get away with his life. Everything is turning up green right now. That's a bonus converted. Great start.
Huge opening, great start to convert that bonus round, go up 3-0. That Outlaw putting in the work. Some of Eastern Michigan members, I guess, not having their full shield and getting punished for it.
Indeed. I mean, I don't know what Util was really off the back of that.
Tech pause of some kind here.
Right.
BG not moving in their spawn, but
not moving at all. It looks like they literally all crashed or something. Oh,
we'll see. I want to talk though about what I want to see from Eastern Michigan. We've seen 3 rounds from them now. Only only 1 rifle round, but they have been looking into the mid quite a bit, putting a lot of emphasis. And I think with the chamber, he doesn't get a lot from you taking early mid control. Like if you can instead take one of the extremities, get him posted on a line, that can give you a lot of like passive map control that you can work with, as well as giving you that cancel option. But instead, once again, we're seeing 3 members of Eastern Michigan putting towards mid. Maybe looking to play this one nice and fast. They put the trademark in the mid smoke to stop any sort of pre-flank coming out. And this can make things a little bit uncomfortable for the anchoring members of Bowling Green.
Molly into bricks, and all of a sudden this hit might have legs. Swiftly kneecapped at that, and the shots are not connecting. Lumac makes a meal out of that one. Arceli is good for it.
I was worried about Mr. Poole in particular, but he managed to get out scot-free. Not a lot of damage on him. These main members not even able to exit the smoke. The toxic screen, the decay, just too much for them to handle. Now they're just left to try and, I don't know, get something out of this, get a little bit of value, drop a gun maybe.
Oh,
That
bandit.
dink comes out, but it's the shock dart to find the kill.
Rendered
Just
to death.
Wolfenite with just a sheriff.
Try to get some damage, but Arceli is good for 3 on the round. Clean 4-0 start. Flawless round. Absolutely not giving an inch to EMU.
Not at all. They are doing a great job of handling these hits. I mean, the double doors being the first priority, let the backside players just focus their crosshairs on it. I think I want to see Eastern Michigan, when they're going for these splits, I think they need to be putting a little bit more pressure through the actual mains of the sites. It's been all mid so far, and it hasn't been working out.
Right. I agree with that. The main control is very important, and it can be kind of tricky because, I mean, previously you were able to kind of brute force a lot of the sites, force a post plant, but that's no longer the case.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a little bit more methodically around the new mid region as well as the new mains, which are,
Okay, this
I mean,
is
at
a
least a
slightly
main.
different look, though. We see Lumac putting this kind of lurk spot in double doors, just being a little bit of point of pressure, a thorn in their side. And it's actually Alexander and Redefy to walk up B, try and explore the rest of the map, getting spotted, I believe, there through the Viper. Or maybe not. No, based on the rotations, I don't think they were seen. And it's the Spike coming over to B site.
Yeah,
where it looks like EMU are going to finish.
Looked for a while like they don't know exactly what they want to do. Now 4 defenders on a site that the only pressure is the Viper wall up, and it's not even real pressure because Comfy has, or Windows XP, excuse me, has that line. So EMU, they've got a great read on this.
Lumac gets out with his life, too. That is huge. Mr. Poole, though, finds Redefy on the exec. Just the one man left to anchor.
Supportive Molly coming in. Mr. Poole good for a second on the round. Living up to the hype for sure. Single-handedly giving an advantage into this one. Now creeping up onto the site. Lumac is good for 3 already. Make it 4. And in fact, Windows XP is the only one standing. And the ace coming out for Lumac. That is my bad. Doubts have been cast aside. Giving the first round for EMU here on Breeze.
That's what you were looking for. That's what you were talking about before with this map.
Absolutely.
It was a little bit quieter on Bind, but that ace to get EMU on the board, the economy is not going to be too good, I reckon. I think, you know, they lost 3 members on what there was the only buy they could really muster. Bowling Green, meanwhile, with those 4 wins in a row, can be more than comfortable. Lumac with a Tour de Force online, Raxophone got that op, and it's going to be mid where for the first time EMU aren't going.
Indeed. Lumac taking his time onto this one. Waiting out in B main, looking like we're hoping to apply some pressure up top of mid, pressure the B split a little bit. It's a defensive setup postured towards mid doors, and so Comfy will be spotted out and dealt with accordingly. Contact up. Redefy makes first contact onto the site, is good for the kill as
Mr.
well.
Poole?
Mr. Poole, they don't check for it. Raxophone's good for another as well. Complete rat hit out here. Head on a swivel. Decides to pop the pit as well to find safety, find sanctuary. Lets Lumac actually walk out onto the site. Yoru, Mr. Poole is good for it and just shoot the Yoru. He's been on top of him this whole time. Someone help Raxophone. Gonna drop the pit as well. Leave Redefy in a 1v2. The bomb is stranded, though. And so this reposition with the scan as well might be red.
Has another star to play with. I mean, if he can find 1v1s, land some nice shots, that's always really gonna need.
It's gonna have to be a heater
just
right
a
now.
dry peek, but the recon bolt was out.
Recon dart! I can't believe it. Oh, Windows. That final level of security in the round, that got dangerously close given the circumstances. I mean, someone's got to shoot that guy the Yoru's on top of.
That round I thought was being very well played by EMU. They were just, I mean, Comfy got maybe a little bit over eager in mid based on like how much pressure they'd been putting on that before. And then just not clearing Mr. Poole is tragic for the hopes of that exec. Redefy does his best, but ultimately was not enough.
And I mean,
Now
take a look at
it's
Raxophone real quick.
aiming.
11-2 on the scoreboard. Worth pointing out.
Through like
Really
basically
being-
only snipers. I don't know if he got some kills the first round, but it's been outlawed up.
Yeah,
since
3 kills on the
he's been
pistol.
able to buy them.
Quick eco onto this one. Scanned up is going to give Alexander an easy shot.
course.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's dueling Hunter's Furies right
Furies.
now, but Arceli's the one to get the pick. Make things a 4v4. That's good for
Yeah.
them. Drone coming out is going to spot
Alexander's-
out backside.
Has the ability to get out with the dimensional drift should he need. Oh, but Lumac with the Marshall finds one.
Oh my goodness. Onto the swing. Wrangles the spray control as well. Thrifty round. That one looked a little bit too easy for EMU.
I mean, that was the first time we've seen them just go main. Just go for
Straight
a
up.
full-on side exec. And I think because of how they just were putting so much emphasis on mid in the rounds prior, that was always going to be a threat in the minds of the Bowling Green players. But just some clean shots, and maybe some whiffs from the other side means EMU get on the board, get to 2. Lumac still on the top of that scoreboard, and this time I'm not mucking about with mid again. Just gonna go for the B site against some weaker weapons from BGSU.
Right, they figure that fast hit works, so they're going to try to make it happen again. Cosmic Divide invested as well. This is against an eco. The economy has been flipped as a result of that round win. Alexander clears out the whole site. Everything is great. This is a 5v5
Stingers.
post-plant.
This is going to be a very, very difficult retake. They don't even have the B wall set up. They just got to try and find some fights. Maybe go through elbow. Use that fast lane to try and get close range.
Right, they're
That
actually
sure
going to have a
went
way back onto the site right now as 2 attackers are re-wrapping through elbow. Find the kill onto Mr. Poole, but the information gained. Wolfenite is too good on the one-way right now. Lumac drops the flank as well. And Comfy
Feeling it
is
a
there.
little bit too.
Yeah,
That's the confidence
absolutely.
you want to see. Lost 4 in a row doesn't matter.
Yeah, those fast hits back-to-back working wonders for Eastern Michigan. Wonder if they found their solution. It's going to be Bowling Green who have to answer for it.
Yeah, I think that was a well-played round against the weaker weapons. Against the Stingers, I think could have been maybe a mistake. Bowling Green, now having lost 3 rounds, they don't want to bleed anymore. Want to keep this defensive half favored for them. What I honestly think could make a big difference is adjusting the toxic screen. Last round, Mr. Poole went for, I mean, he's been good doing a bunch, not opting to use that as consistent conditioning, rather use it based on essentially reads. Like that round through it mid, previously it was A, and also sometimes on B, where EMU were using mid a lot. And in that respect, you might want the toxic screen mid, but
Toxic
with
screen.
how, when you can get the snipers online and stuff, maybe you don't need that. Maybe you can just let Raxophone do his thing, use the B wall or the wall on B to retake with to help anchor, especially in a round like that where you want to be able to take those closer range fights. You got to be setting up the util accordingly.
That's some great analysis, great ideas. I have not heard anyone refer to Viper Wall by its government name, I think, ever. So in fact, I only knew it was called that because of the voice line, because she says that.
Yeah, I mean,
she
she
said toxic
says
screen
it all
up.
the time.
Yeah,
I think that's why it's in
yeah.
my head. It's a,
Right.
ooh, a
Oh
mid
my goodness.
scramble.
Holding
Good
down the
read.
spray. Good for first blood. I don't know if the HUD is broken or if this is another weak buy for the defenders.
I think it might be. I mean, based on that play, I'd have to imagine so.
Right? That's
Last
an
round
eco
Stingers,
play.
yeah, this round we're seeing the Stingers again. I don't know what read, pardon the pun, Redefy had there to just start spraying. Maybe the toxic screen going up, the Viper wall going up, for those who don't know.
Right.
Just
Thank you.
gave him the cue that he needs to spray that down. Maybe it was something he was doing the rounds prior, we just didn't get to see. But it's not an unwinnable position, especially when they're going to be fighting into these close range quarters.
Completely blind onto this one. Traded out, though. This does good for it. Well, going to even up the numbers, Raxophone. And Wolfenite isn't going to swing for the trade.
Yeah,
Instead,
just
looking to
taking
take a
his
timing.
time.
The fade's going to... Smoke's going to fade as well. Raxophone completely blinds up Wolfenite and is good for a third. This man is walking on water right now. And that's a thrifty round
What was
converted.
that?
That is complete I mean, that is unlucky. I'm gonna be. I don't know why maybe you expect the swing to come out from Wolfify through the smoke for the trade.
Yeah, I don't hate it when there's the other members
Sure.
towards double doors that like Rexphone's gotta be worried about it. I think it was just
That's
like maybe a little too
unlucky.
late. You need the play to come out. You need some noise to be made from your other members in order to get the opportunity to swing into that without the crosshair placement being a worry. But
And the
yeah, it
missed
doesn't
spray
quite work
gives
out.
the info as well. 14-4. Rexphone's having quite the game right now and is going to go for an aggro peek on the back of it, feeling himself for sure. Now forced to sit down the Yoru clone. TP's away with his life. Space gain for EMU. Still.
And the site stacked.
Yeah, the site is stacked. Crossfire onto this one. Jan's going to stop the push. Almost single-handedly there. And now EMU are left twiddling their thumbs, looking to apply pressure elsewhere. They've got to go exploring.
They gotta.
This
I mean,
B-hit is not going to happen like this.
everything's stacked up. The op is there. The Viper's there. Unless, I don't know, Lumac can make some magic happen on this long-range duel. And that he does. Gives them a chance now. It's just 2 members left on the site. And no op to worry about.
4v4 total. And now that the numbers are even, I think BGSU, they got to start to worry. Mid is wide open. Of course, Jan is looking spawn as well.
This is great.
Potential of a
Viper orb
all the way through.
And now they just get to run in. No
Mm-hmm.
decay to worry
But
about.
Jan!
Jan, though, still a threat on the back site behind that pillar. Still alive.
Completely working the pillar. Jumps back in with the ult and is good for the ace single-handedly. Handling the round. Stopping the push completely at first. Fighting back in with the rifle. Playing around the pillar. Pops the ult. Is good for 2 on the back of that as well. It's heroics. That was Jan's first 5 kills, by the way. That is just
that's so surprising. I mean, it's been all
insane
Rexaphone, I
stuff.
guess. Goes in with the ace, answered back to Lumax earlier. I thought that was a very well played round from EMU. Maybe they should have actually explored in the mid, not just
The
leave
pause
it
was
as
good.
a
The pause
fake.
was good. They were worried
The pause
about
was fantastic, but then it was just Jan from that pillar being an absolute
Rexaphone.
menace.
Having a quiet round as well. Euroclone, but not easily fooled.
Here we go.
Forced to TP out. They're going to make their way onto the
Should be
site.
the
It's going to be a 5v5 retake.
Should be the plan. We got Comfy on a late lurk into elbow. Might win out this little Viper 1v1. We're not going to be a thorn in that triangular position.
Right. Does win it out as a matter of fact. So the Viper's going to be down. Arceli finds a pick onto it, but already things are in a 2 versus 4 retake. And at this point, you're looking to save the op, but Wolf Knight will not let it happen. Snags the op as well. And
really tough
Arceli
spot.
is doomed, truthfully.
The high-low managed just to split the difference somehow.
Yeah. Hard to make that happen. I like this. I like this from EMU. It's nice when they keep it simple. They keep it real simple.
It really is. When the pace is quick, I think, and they're able to get Raxaphone off the op line, that's really where they've been able to win. He's going to have the op for this last round of the half. And BGSU already taken the lead in the half. Eastern Michigan want to get their 5th, where I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how the chamber plays out and how the double duelist plays out on their sort of opposite sides.
Of course, but this last round is a big one. 7-5, 8-4. Big difference between those 2 score lines. Only Spectre in hand. Some weaker weaponry. Windows XP having to take the hit. Lumac gets the attack op pick onto Mr. Poole, who once again peeks ahead of the smoke utility. And the B site is wide open. Cosmic Divide secured as well.
If Wolf Knight sent recon or drone or something, but just manages to find Arceli with the Hunter's Fury, just getting that Sova diff, put things in a 5v3. The pit, the Cosmic Divide. I mean, this is. I don't know how you find your way back into this. You gotta find some 1v1s, maybe get lucky with
There's
some
a
spam.
Yoru ult. They could get lucky with the Yoru ult, some spam as well to inform it. Oh, good stun, good heads up play. Swinging out onto it is Jan. But the dimensional drift does expire and the pit remains up. Oh my goodness, with the op, goes in with the op and takes out Comfy. Things just got a hell of a lot more winnable. Still Astra Stars on the plant. Lumac,
and no smoke.
shot goes a little bit wide. Wolfenite is good for a 3rd as well to completely end the round, and it's a good recovery getting those last 2 in the half for EMU.
Definitely. I mean, losing your anti-bonus always makes things feel a lot more stressful. But some stretching happening for Alexander, just taking things easy. They did a great job recovering into that half. And then that last round, I think, was a phenomenally played post plant. Now it's their turn on the defensive side. Opting for that same Viper wall. They got the double anchor sort of set up on B. The Sova playing rotate, Wolfenite ready to be wherever he needs, and it's a mid, at least to the start for BGSU. I don't know, with the spike back there, I'm not sure they're going to be committing quite as hard as EMU did on their pistol round, going all the way to top mid. I'd love to see what happens, though. Okay.
Jan looking to make things happen. I haven't seen someone play Nest in quite a while, honestly, just an observation. Wolfenite should be good for it, though. It's a great place for Sova to be. Looking to absorb the mid aggression. Smoked out on both sides, but Nebula fades towards doors. And Alexander, some early spam, some early damage as well. Could be the difference maker later in the round. Jan has creeped up into mid this whole time. They've been patient, worming, wiggling their way up through mid. Just waiting for a reaction.
Nothing but damage being traded, though. Maybe a little bit of util, but no lives taken for either side just yet. And this is uncomfortable for EMU, but they seem content to play it this way. Redefine, not even worried about main. Just gonna swing double doors. Why not?
Just confident, looking for that info. Complete disregard. For main.
For the record, bomb's still in spawn, by the way.
Oh my god, right. They don't even have the bomb if they wanted, and Windows XP is going to realize it.
From Mr. Poole, already in the spawn, managed to sneak past both Lumac and Comfy. Could be BGSU's way back into this round, but I mean, it might not matter if Windows XP can't get the bomb down. Comfy's just chilling on the site, and I don't know if they know about it.
Oh my god, and Lumac from the other side is going to get the jump. Windows XP now forced to make a whole lot of ruckus to try to force the bomb plant, and Comfy is good for it with the timing. The shorty. That was a whole lot of nothing.
It was
from Bowling
Green into just kind of waiting
for a reaction. And you're right. I think that EMU being willing to play that situation, just completely give mid, hunker down on the sites. Wolfenite responsible for top mid. I think that's admirable.
That's kind of the difference with the chamber versus the double duelist comp, is that at a certain point the double duelist has to re-explore, and it's kind of in their favor to do so. Try to retake that space. Chamber, meanwhile, has the trip, has the rendezvous to be able to just hold passive lines, kind of be a one-man multi-lane coverage, which you don't get with the double duelist. So they were just able to hold that. It's going to be a much faster paced look.
Oh my god.
Maybe nearly getting caught out. They're going to maintain a 5v5 for this retake, make that a 5v4.
Forced to give it up. Bomb will go down. That's good for the money already. Is the plant low HP onto Jan backside, playing very committed. Expected to go down, but oh my god, I thought barely timing the drone, but not going to be the case. The Outlaw deals with it. And it looks like all that's left is to pick up the pieces. Indeed, reload coming out. Mr. Poole's going to get one as a result, but ultimately, the round was secured long ago.
Nicely handled from EMU, not overcommitting to prevent the plant, willing to just play the retake, and great util with which to retake. Alexander, you're leaving his teammate hanging, but not this time around. 7-7.
I think Redefine did good in that round, dealing with the util, absorbing the hit, giving them a real nice chance into the retake. And at the same time, Bowling Green showed that they're down to hit A and just slam it like they are postured to do into this one.
Wants to keep the pace up, this time with the stronger weaponry. Redefine wants to fight it, but the Euroclone going to make him very uncomfortable. So much util coming his way. And Wolfenite not able to get any sort of assistance. Just some shock darts going their way. That's not going to be quite enough.
Completely doomed. In that scenario, Wolfenite actually good for one as Jan decides to push through. Raxophone going 1-for-1 as well. Now 3v3 with the bomb down. Mr. Poole is good for the flank. Head on a swivel. Lumac had an inkling about it, but just It just wasn't in time. Mr. Poole had already been up and is going to go retreat as the defenders go looking for him.
Yeah.
I like this great waste of time. And with only Bucky and a Ghost, now rifles retrieved. Time is not on their side for this one. Forced to take some unfavored fights into that. Alexander just looking for damage at this point. Good for one, but not the second.
Okay.
Mr. Poole doing the most in that one.
A good bonus round, I think, overall, killing 3 members. I think that did just kind of come up to the weapons being disadvantaged. Wolfenite was not really able to support Redefy in his little early round play whatsoever. Just having that Ghost needed to get some damage in. Not a big deal. 8 rounds for Bowling Green, getting back into their lead position, but weapons now even, rifles for both sides, and it's a very, very similar look at the start of this round in terms of the util from and positioning from Bowling Green. All towards A. This time it's Alexander to try to meet them.
Aggressive with the spam. Tagged up by the drone, but absolutely no problem. Get out of jail completely for free with that one. Still, Exec presses forward. Double duelist coming out. Looking to maybe take an alternate pathing. No, Jan still dancing around these large metal structures, but now they are sort of stuck in the smoke. Backside not taken already. The flood coming out from Alexander. Good for 2 off the back of the flash and the smoke. Gonna put things in a 5v3. We've got some heroics. We need some picks to come out for the attackers. Raxophone. Good for 1, but quickly dispatched by the operator. Windows XP now forced to do it all, but cannot. The numbers are too overwhelming. There just isn't the time on his side.
I want to talk about those flashes from Alexander, because we saw 2 members of Bowling Green in that Astra smoke just by default. He sends the first flash into the smoke, then the smoke goes away and he reflashes, meaning they just get blinded once again, and he just is able to clean it up. A really great, just small thing of util that gets them right into this retake.
It's in the details.
Because otherwise, I mean, a little scary.
Maybe a little bit frightening, yeah, but ultimately, yeah, the numbers were great. It was a great play from Alex just to crack the retake wide open, make sure they got that backside very early. Bowling Green are looking to do the same thing again.
The other day was like 2 weeks ago. I feel like I'm just reliving the same round over and over again. Going 1 for 1 this time around, getting some kind of opening into their eco round for BGSU.
Spam coming out. Redefy. Rifle in hand, looking to just take the timing. Hope this wall expires. Tries to get a little spam instead, but we'll find nothing for it. Mr. Poole in the smoke in the middle of sight. They're postured. They're ready to swing. Maybe take an aggro timing. Dealt with the drone. It looks like they want to make something happen, but Lumac is there with the operator. Wolfenite wrangles the spray as well. Redefy. I think
great
Bowling.
retake.
I think we've got to try something new.
I think so. EMU are so comfortable to just retake this A site. It
looks great.
Feel no fears. Even like that time they tried to push a little bit, but Lumac was there to meet them with the operator. Any kind of push through could just get denied. And that puts EMU for, I think, the first time this map in the lead at 9-8.
Man, this honestly,
yeah,
this is a good call. Mr. Poole, I was unfamiliar with their game. When I heard the IGL was coming back in, I thought these are big shoes to fill. But this, honestly, is I think this is an okay call.
Because
sometimes it works so
they're never
bad.
gonna do it again.
Yeah, right. It turned out so poorly that we're just gonna go for it again. And I do want to point out that I think Redefy and Alexander are doing the correct amount of fighting. Hunter's Fury gets a tag onto 1. The kill will not come through. The dimensional drift clearing up all of sight. I've pushed all the way into yellow on this one as well.
This is a new look. This retake will be a lot more difficult.
In the smoke, but caught with the hands by his side. Hunter's Fury coming out for the attackers as well to assist in the fight backside. Everything's turning up green for now. Things are looking great. This is a seemingly impossible one to get back into. Judge in the hand
Judge.
of Comfy has to exchange that one. And they're
Yeah,
just looking to save the rifles on this.
Good adaptations using the Hunter's Fury and the Dimensional Drift to be able to take that back site and then just capitalize off the chaos created from it. Comfy with 2 exits. That's pretty impactful, having lost the previous round.
Right.
I think
it's good. It's very good.
That was nice. Now that's the second layer of this A game plan. I wonder if we're gonna see more exploration elsewhere without the ults to play with. I'm not sure. I'm curious to see what the offensive setup.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a 5-man A hit, but you're right. Yeah. It was a different flavor with the alts pushing all the way up the double duelist into back yellow, back sight.
Okay, no assistant 5A. This is new.
This
Mr.
is
Pools over towards elbow. The Gatecrasher is there to eventually join, but a different look. We might gonna be forced off the line all the same.
Trying to get the TP out. Wolfenite is here to assist this time. Anchor the site better, absorb the hit.
Absorb the hit, but also going to be able to get some more info as we see this is not a fast A hit. Just main control being taken, info being denied. The drone already went out into mid, didn't give EMU a whole lot of valuable information to work with. Now it's going to be Lumac to go for a little bit of exploration of his own. Has the rendezvous to get out, posted up on elbow. Comfy, though, all alone on the B site with that, I assume, that Judge, given that the Ghost is what's taking contact.
Yeah, I think maybe looking to Triggle Peak, take the first shot with the Ghost. Bait them into running into the Judge. 5-man group up on the hit, but the util is good to stall it out, give enough time for now 4 people over towards the site, and if they want to not commit, they got to do it now. It's going to be Yon coming in with the electricity, with a zapping power, Raxophone as well to supplement the fight. Cosmic Divide does drop. Things are in a great post-plant position. Mr. Poole taking that line, doing well with it onto Alexander. Lumac with a shorty and an op. It's going to be the call to save the operator on this one.
Look, the rotates came in for EMU, but the positions weren't great to actually be able to absorb that hit. It was kind of comfy on an island. The supportive util from Wolfenite already went through, and with the overdrive coming out, it was hard to just land those shots, I suppose.
Right. It was overwhelming. Lumac's doing good to take down the aggressors, those hunters, trying to get the op out of his hands. But ultimately, round win converted. It's still a tight game right now, but Bowling Green will crack double digits with that one. You can't help but wonder if they're going back to A.
I think I like what they're doing, though. The way they went for those A hits, and then they took A control, slowed it down. The response was pretty decent from EMU, but it was just kind of like a little bit. It was just a little not enough. They weren't confident enough in the fact that it was going to be a B hit. And now we see, okay, a shift of the wall. We're not going for mid. I like that. BGSU haven't really been going for mid at all. Now we get this B retake wall, which should make things a lot easier for rotates to come in and support, or for just, the full retake to come through eventually.
It's very quick B split, though, but like we said, the site has been already set up for a retake. The Viper's Pit maybe not taken into account, however. It will go down onto the site. It's a tough one, but it's good positions for EMU already. With 2 going on the flank. Yeah.
This pit's going to be hard to break.
They're getting in position. It's Shades of Fnatic on the retake right now. Dimensional Drift coming out, looking to scout out the areas in the Viper's Pit as well. Can't exactly find anything. Lumac, good for one on the flank. Now they are being pinched. They are being squeezed. Flash, clone coming out. Completely good. Wrangles a spray as well. And we're good to start defusing the bomb. Redefy is good for it as well, and Windows XP absolutely nowhere to be found.
Well handled. That I was extremely impressed. I was
telling
worried.
you.
I didn't see the Dimensional Drift was online, so I was like, how are they going to break this pit? But that was how they were able to crunch the positions and just close things out slowly but surely. Things not quite comfortable enough within that pit. Doesn't have the cover that you need that you can get on some other sites in this game. Really well
It's a
done. Keeps things
great
10 to 10.
protocol. Great protocol, great
Yeah.
execution. Like I said, Fnatic-esque, just making sure, crossing
Genuinely.
off all the boxes on the list before executing. Just pure elegance, pure brilliance on the retake to meet Bowling Ground at double digits. Very similar setup, playing retake with this. A B wall.
I like
Some
it a lot.
taps.
They've also got the Poison Cloud in main to stall things out, even committing
The Molly already.
the Molly early. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I mean, it gets out this drone means they're not going to be able to immediately capitalize on the space. Gate Crash
They're
does
already
get
in
that
there, though.
bottleneck bypass.
Ooh, what is this?
Interesting. This is going to be a weird
Yeah.
post plant to play if you're Bowling Green.
It's about to get crazy. Comfy with the pit. It's going to deny a lot of space and give Wolfenite the opportunity to play super close to the site here. We're going to punish any aggression, forcing into this box. Double flank coming out as well. Alexander's good for the first kill. Doesn't expect the second, though, but the flash does go through. Lumac is there looking to trade it out. Wolfenite still hasn't budged, but the swing's got to come through. Jumps for it, but Arceli's good for it, and the shots go wide, but the Headhunter eventually gets the job done onto the second as well. 2v2, time not on their side. 1v1, Lumac with the Headhunter. 2 bullets in the chamber. One more, one chance to make it happen, but the time has already expired, and Arceli is the hero in the post plan.
Not expecting the second in window was actually pretty huge. What would have been just a complete crunch on the site players turned into a delayed scenario where Lumac had to get that kill onto Mr. Pool, and it just didn't come in time. And the players on site, Wolfenite and company, were forced to make a play that just did not go their way. Having to jump through their own pit like it was just a regular smoke is not really what you want. Maybe they could have dropped it instead, try and fight some more long-range fights, keep the threat alive. Regardless, it's going to be Bowling Green getting to 11, inching closer to this map win on their own pick.
Indeed. Tour de Force. Procced and ready. And Windows XP with one hell of a shot.
Lumac is pushing up, way ahead of his rendezvous.
Way ahead of it. I don't know if Lumac saw the Yoru. I think he did, and then saw the TP out. Pretty much confirms they're looking to speed up 5 into A on this one.
With this, you want your side players to stay alive so Lumac can get value out of this flank. He's not converting it into too much more, just opting to let Comfy get back in. Yeah, they're not going for the full-on flank.
Right. Grouping up. A bit of a more standard retake, but numbers are dwindling by the second. It's going to need to be something heroic. Mr. Pool's going all the way around the world, re-wrapping, in fact, over towards mid. And so, kill will be found. Lumac stunned up in the smoke. All goes down. Mr. Pool has a absolutely great timing onto Wolfenite. Whiffs the kill at first, but absolutely no reaction from Wolfenite. Leaving Lumac just to do some damage into this one. Great timing taken. Very, very well played. Nice reactions from Bowling Green.
12-10 once again. We saw this scoreline in map 1. Bowling Green not able to close it out. But I think they've positioned themselves pretty well. I think it's been far more of EMU not being able to come up with the answers than it has been like some heroic, some scrappiness leading to these round wins for Bowling Green. They've been pretty clean. Even when it gets down to 1v1, I think you put them in a favored position. Now finally getting a timeout called after quite a while using their first.
12-10 timeouts. And we saw in the replay, it's frustration for Alexander. Not happy with how this is playing out. I think that makes sense. This really seems to be the first time that EMU is being quite tested like this, even though first map victorious for them. This one, they may not be so lucky. It's going to need to be some heroics. They're getting completely outplayed on the macro level, it would seem.
I would say so. I feel like they're not really getting a chance to put themselves into these rounds before the spike goes down. They're playing pretty passively, which makes sense given the composition. But, like, I don't know, you could set up Alexander, you could set up Lumac to try and take these more aggressive fights. I think especially we have yet to see Lumac over towards A, which we were finally going to in this potential last round. if Bowling Green could close it out.
Right. Took a while, didn't it? But Bowling Green postured towards B. Some early pressure. Outlaw as well. Jiggle peek and Redefy will fall. That is a very, very important pick. The Astra going down means no smokes here. And Comfy tries to make a play off the back of it. Get a little bit crazy. It is an Eco already down in numbers, and things are dire for EMU. Completely free B site.
Wolfenite's got a chance.
Oh my
to
God.
Find a pick. He's gonna get
Catches.
one. Now a little
Oh
threat.
my, are you serious? The
A chance
Stinger
for a
spray.
fourth.
Good for 3. Chance for a 4th. Dimensional Drift wants to pick up the bomb on the top of that
No.
and lives?
No.
What the hell is going on right now? I've said we need a hero for Eastern Michigan, and Wolfenite is living up to it. A quick rotate over towards A. Drops the bomb. Raxophone wants to get active onto this one. I saw the Dimensional Drift was going to be online, but I don't think that's quite how they wanted to use it. Lumac is good for one. I think, oh my goodness. Complete and utter, it's catastrophe for Bowling Green. I don't think that's how you want to be using your Dimensional Drift in an end game
Not
like
at
this.
all.
Oh
Not
my
at all. Now
God.
that there's one round left of regulation, that power ultimate is offline. I am curious as to why Bowling Green opted to not just hit the B site. They find 2 picks, 2 of the anchoring characters, maybe expecting rotates to already come in, but they just kind of overcooked it. Fed themselves
wanna
right
kill
into
Wolfenite,
the
but-
short range duel against the Stingers, and I don't know how he lives. I just don't know how he lives.
It's just criminal, man. Giving
Still a
Eastern
chance, though,
Michigan
an opportunity to close this out. Money's not bad for either
Hunter's
side.
Fury
it's
and
good
Overdrive.
Fast B split coming out.
Very
Lumac
fast.
finds the first.
Good for the first. Hunter's Fury to supplement the hit. Gonna find Comfy. And just kind of
like the
sits
idea.
there and takes it.
Genuinely,
I mean, it's
I
not
like the
bad.
idea. He
No,
needed to
no,
move a
it's
little
not
bit
bad.
quicker.
We're going to take a bit of a pause here as well in the round. Slow things down. 4v4 situation. Let's recoup. Let's catch our breath. Understand the circumstance. After the overdrive got shut down by Lumac.
It was good. Off the trademark is able to find that fight, and it's Redefy to pick up mid. Gets a little off angle even. Lumac, outside of the range of his rendezvous, I don't think he can easily get out. He's playing this one and
site is
done, which
weak.
could be risky against the weaponry. I think BGSU have a good shot in this if they play this entry well.
Good turn of the flashes. Good for the first. Tries to get the TP onto mid-site. Hunter's Fury is there to support, and Wolfenite is good for 2. Completely saving the team here in the final quarter of the game. But what a flick
Hang
from
on, hang on.
Raxophone. A final shot, the 1v1, but he can't make it happen. Alexander saves the team, securing overtime.
Oh my
Things
god.
are getting insane here.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Heroics
A
coming
second
out from both
overtime.
sides. I mean, Raxophone nearly closing things out, able to play around those arches. That flick onto Wolfenite was unreal.
Disgusting. It's a good try from Lumac here as well, just picking the wrong target. Oh my god. Double Hunter's Fury kill into this brilliant genius push by
Look at the shot
Raxophone.
again.
Completely insane flick onto Wolfenite. It's a great kill as well onto Redefy. Oh my god.
And now we're in overtime again. EMU back on their
Oh my-
offensive side. They only got 5.
We're
And,
in overtime, but
Bowling
things-
Green has 4 towards B. 4 pushing out of the B side immediately. Comfy. The bottom frag, unfortunately,
Oh my
is going to
god.
get taken out right away. Now I think that's going to be the cue for the rest of EMU to speed up. I think they want to try to take some space here, not just leave this to be a 4v5 retake. They want, or 5v4 even. They want to keep pushing, and Alexander's going to do just that, but gets traded.
It's already, yeah, it's great positions for Bowling Green. The push was completely unexpected, giving them numbers. Now all they have to do, retake A. They spot the cross. Wolfenite is willing to take some risks to win the rounds.
I mean, you
here.
gotta be a tough thing to
Wolfenite and
clear. The
Lumac.
stun's coming out, though he gets it anyways.
They've been good for it in the past. Completely shutting things down. 2v2. Complete rendezvous. Traded out. Raxophone is good for 3. On to the round. Now a 1v2. They know he's on top. And a 4th for Raxophone gives Bowling Green match point on map number 2. Oh my
Things
god.
are getting
What a
scrappy.
call. Mr. Poole, I
What?
salute you.
Yeah, I was map 1. I was like, okay, wait, they were playing without their AGL. I couldn't tell. They were playing pretty slowly. I think their macro game was good. This is like another level of sort of mind games essentially happening. Push A for 4 rounds in a row on attack. Ah, let's push B for this round of overtime defense. Why not?
Postured
Well, I'm
with
curious. Setup.
another
Oh,
match
gosh.
point.
This looks familiar.
This looks
This looks very familiar.
incredibly
See what
familiar
Alexander can do
for
to absorb this hit. Basically by himself. Just the drone comes out. He opts to leave it. Nebula comes out to try and hold with. Maybe just give some spam opportunities. But it's 4 members immediately coming out. It's Mr. Poole though on this little lurk.
Alexander with a play.
Yet.
Makes it out with his life. The flash doesn't exactly land where he wants it to, and the bomb will go down. Essentially
Mr.
uncontested. Mr. Poole with the lurk through mid once again is the difference maker. Takes out Lumac, gives them advantage here on map point. Wolfenite not ready to go down without a fight. The numbers are dwindling.
Jan's in a great spot right now, undetected, but goes down to Comfy. Now just 2 members of BGSU to try and finish out this map.
Low HP for both of these players. Alexander gets the drop. He answered right back in Wolfenite. Once again, the hero to even up things. We're going once again to double overtime. 13-13. Wolfenite's really coming alive in the back half of this game.
I mean, you say that, but kind of alive throughout this series. I can't really recall the first half. That was a tough situation, but Bind was their top frag, but doing phenomenal for them. It's not Alexander. It's not been Lumac. I mean, they've been.
It has been Lumac.
Ace.
Yeah.
It has been Lumac.
But Lumac was taken out early in this round.
Wolfenite is on another level right now.
Jan wasn't ready at all for the player still lurking backside, and we are going again. It's not nearly as crazy a defense call from Bowling Green. Trip place there, just in case. Yeah. Can't be too sure with this. Stealing a page out of Bowling Ground's book, actually. 4-1, Lumac lurking up towards mid as the rest of them postured toward a main. Comfy now. Excuse me, Redefy coming back. No space.
Slow, but yeah, nothing that's forcing BGSU to budge.
Right.
Bowling Green, they're holding their ground. They're just staying, playing it patiently, and now an A split is coming their way. They got 3 members though to try and absorb this.
Right,
Can they do it
up
and bring us
through mid doors.
Another round win.
Flash teleport coming out. Can't exactly make it happen. Alexander's good for the entry onto site, but Arceli is answering back with a swiftness. Good for 2 onto this round. Low HP will eventually get dealt with.
Don't get crazy now.
Into a 3v2. Raxophone shot goes a little bit wide. Let's wrangle things back. Let's get control back into this one. Walking into his own smoke is looking to push through it. As well,
need to get crazy here.
With the flash, runs out of bullets, goes dry in the magazine, but picks up the Phantom. Quickly shut down by Raxophone. Still seemingly an impossible 1v2, although these players aren't exactly playing off each other. The bomb is good for both of them. Raxophone's got to find this first shot, and he will. Still, the Hunter's Fury is online for Wolfenite. Getting the orb
one shot. He can't even stick to half.
Can't even, and by this point, time has expired. All he has to do is line up the shot, and that's exactly what he'll do. Wolfenite, once again, dragging them over the line deep in overtime.
The way I think EMU have been playing pretty disciplined in their post plants thus far, but that one, they were feeling it. We saw Alexander flash for Comfy to keep pushing in the 3v2, and Alexander playing his own 1v1. Nearly gave me a heart attack, but they had the Hunter's Fury in the back pocket to close it. It didn't really matter if Alexander went down, as long as he was just a little bit of time, a little bit of a worry that Raxophone had to worry about. Now, 14-13 EMU on the verge of closing this out, keeping their perfect streak if they can get this last defense round. A looks like the target site, and it's a quick push through elbow. That we could see a full wrap, but I don't know. This split could be harder to absorb than just the regular main hits we've seen so much of.
The recon is very great, but no kills off the back of it. Jan and Windows in tandem, opening up the site. An early 5v3 post plant. Already, like you said, the wrap coming through. It's just Lumac at this point. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Has to win some crazy fights onto this one. They're going out, wrapping through mid doors, 2 attackers. Trying to put the squeeze onto Lumac, and they will get there. Lumac wins out both the fights. The Tavs coming out. Now,
Alexander 1v2.
We're going to make things happen with the flash TP. The map on his back. Can't even get the first kill. Arceli is just too good for it, man. Reliable in these rounds.
Extremely. We're going again, 14-14. A nice try, I think, from EMU, but they weren't ready for the A split. So many just full A's that they could easily retreat to backside. At time, it was Redefy and Wolfenite just to have to back up and then go down to the likes of BGSU. EMU once again on the attack.
God. We go again.
We're going again. A main is just going to be Alexander this time around, but 3 members of BGSU right there. If this goes to a fast B hit, it could be devastating for BGSU. That pick is going to make it a lot more difficult, though.
Big trades. Mr. Pool is isolated, trying not to get seen by the drone once again, already tagged out. EMU are going to reevaluate their choices briefly.
I think overestimating the rotates that were going to come through off of the back of that pick. The stall was great for Mr. Pool with the toxic screen, with the snake bite, and it's a mid exploration here in the 4v4 for EMU. I think, I don't know, they don't know this, but there's 2 members with a third right there going towards A site. If this is the target, it could be bad, but I think it's just going to be a fake. I think it's just Lumac trying to draw some attention. B site now completely open, but with enough positions that they could get caught on the cross.
Keeping the rotates there. B side's open for now, but Mr. Pool walking back into it. Arceli has info onto 1. Cheeky push a nest. Lumac looking to take the fight to him. Mr. Pool's doing well on the site. Lumac as well up towards mid. Evening things in a 3v3. Mr. Pool completely isolated and pinched. Windows and Yawn sliding back in. Looking to make it happen in Wolfenite. Once again. Oh,
I gotta
damn.
Shout
the Crashies of Michigan.
I gotta shout out this play because it was Alexander first pushing up into Nest, threatening, who was it? Threatening Arceli, and then they swapped.
Yeah.
It was Alexander to go to site, got taken down by Comfy, giving Arceli that false sense of security, and then it was Lumac to take the fights in Nest, and then find the other pick onto the site. He's been having some heroics this map after a somewhat quiet map number 1. Now 15-14, once again, EMU on match point. Close it all out right here.
Gonna make it happen.
Indeed.
These defense rounds haven't been easy. This is an off angle for Alexander. Wants to get a pick and get out.
It's 5 players there.
Oh my god, they line up for him. He's good for 2. 2 for 1 on that. Does excellent to get 2, given that he couldn't teleport out.
Also,
in that
the Viper
situation.
Wall is for mid right now. Fortunately, both smokers are still alive.
Right.
Regardless, we're going to make things a little bit more difficult. They're pushing on to Lumac.
Oh my god, fighting the other side of the site. All 3 players grouped up now, fighting together. 3v3. They know Wolfenite is backside, but they actually want to change directions entirely. Wolfenite spots them leaving, though. And these other 2 players,
They get a crossfire.
are in position for this perfectly. Early swing out through Nest. Makes it happen. Comfy, good for 1. Molly at their feet is going to stop the push, or at least they thought, but it's actually a little bit wide. Windows XP now. Traded out. 1v1, but...
Who else?
Wolfenite. Who else? Catches with the back towards him to close out the map. It's 2 overtime victories for Eastern Michigan to 2-0. Bowling Green State.
Unbelievable. Who else but Wolfenite to close things out? Some heroic plays, some interesting macro, some next level strats there from Mr. Pool, but it wasn't enough to deliver EMU a map loss yet. Now 8-0 in maps, 4-0 in series. A great show of resilience, a test that they haven't really had to take yet. Shown a lot of promise to both of these squads. What a game. Even Raxophone
Yeah, I mean,
saying how good it was. He was on point that last one, by the way.
I
was-
couldn't agree more. It's both Raxophone and Lumac reaching 30 kills on the scoreboard, but I gotta say, Wolfenite was the hero on that one. Absolute
I think so.
stunning plays, stunning shots from Wolfenite, saving them time and time again in that last overtime. Oh my goodness, that was a fun one. That was a tiring one.
Yeah. I think Wolfenite, like you were saying, is definitely the MVP for this series, in my opinion. Across both the maps, delivering the most, I think, impact from the kills, from the plays. Lumac, though, we talked about it after Bind, how he had a little bit more of a quiet performance, moved on to this new role, but Chamber, I mean, gives him the same opportunities to shine that a duelist can. Stellar performance from him on that second map, delivering some heroics, get that ace in the first half to get them on the board, get the money start rolling. A lot of great impact and phenomenal plays from him as well.
I could not agree more. And I think it's good scenes. It's good signs. It's good sounds over at the EMU camp. Completely.
Definitely.
It's man, I was pleasantly surprised by a whole lot of things. That was a satisfying level of competition right there.
Oh,
It's Eastern
certainly.
Michigan to come out on top. I said Lumac had a bit of a quiet map number 1, completely plays lights out on map number 2. Definitely one of the difference makers for EMU, and as well as Mr. Poole coming in with some round winning calls and excellent on the lurk as well. Some round winning kills on the lurk. Very proactive.
Great stall. I think this series really delivered. It didn't go to 3 maps. EMU are lucky to be able to maintain their flawless scoreline thus far with those, I mean, double overtime. That's as close as you can get without dropping a map. Really great stuff.
I agree completely and entirely. That's going to do it for us tonight. I am tired off of that one. God damn.
How could you not be? Some stressful plays for both sides. Some exciting stuff. Great showing from Bowling Green from our first. We'll be back on Thursday. Which one is that? Is it going to be us, EMU versus Ohio Valorant?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be Kent next week. Great stuff coming up. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.